Who gives a fuck? Um, so yeah, we're live. I lost a little mini bet, bro. It's whatever. It's just it was a small bet, and it was just my feelings about it. It is what it is, dog. You know, and that's how you gotta play. All right, so we're learning today a full course. Okay, I hope you guys got empty today because we got a full belly of information coming straight through the gates. All right, this is AI. If you want to learn about AI and how it can help your business for free, it's a 5 hour course, guys, for free. So, welcome to jump in here. You're welcome to jump in here. If you have any questions or you want to ask something or you want to have a conversation, you just want to talk to me, pull up, man. Click the link. It's already been posted on my X and on my Facebook. Just click the link and you'll be able to come up, ask questions, talk about the AI, talk about whatever it is that we're talking about, and just pull up in the chat. You know what I mean? Pull up in the chat and say what you want to say, ask what you want, and I can pull you up. We can have a conversation face to face. So that's what it is. Just come in and click that button. Like I click that link, like I said, and I'll pull you right up, guys. Let's get started on this. It's an AI agents course. Okay, this is the hour course. We'll just do the hour course, and then we'll do the 5 hour course another time. So let's go. Let's get into the hour course. And let's learn some shit.
This is your N and N full 1 hour course. Learn how to build and automate anything. Today, I'm going to show you the complete N8N course that builds and automates anything you want. This is a compilation of all my recent N8N workflows that have saved businesses thousands of hours every month. You're going to see how to scrape unlimited leads for free, build AI agents that work 24/7, create WhatsApp bots that get customers while you sleep, and automate your entire social media presence. I'm talking about systems that can replace entire teams and cost almost nothing to run. By the end of this course, you'll have everything you need to automate your business completely. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know which automation you're most excited to build. Look, I've been testing these N8N systems for months now, and what I'm about to show you is going to change how you think about business automation forever. We're talking about replacing manual work with AI that never sleeps, never makes mistakes, and costs basically nothing to run. And what I'm about to show you is absolutely wild. This AI agent doesn't just post random stuff, it actually searches the internet in real time, finds breaking AI news, and creates posts that get engagement, real engagement, not bot likes. The system I'm showing you today has three main parts. First, it searches the web automatically using something called Firecrawl. Second, it uses AI to write the perfect tweet. And third, it posts directly to your Twitter account. All of this happens without you doing anything. Now, here's what most people don't
Wow.
understand. Social media growth isn't about posting more, it's about posting the right content at the right time. This automation does exactly that. It finds
Wow. So it finds viral content for
trending
you. Okay.
topics and creates content around them instantly. I've been running this on a test account and the results are crazy. The engagement rates are higher than anything I've posted manually. Why? Because the AI knows exactly what content performs well right now, not what worked last month, what works today. But before I dive into the technical setup, let me show you exactly what this looks like in action. You can see right here on my screen, this automation has already created several posts. Each one is about current AI
Wow.
news. Each one follows proven engagement patterns. And each one was created completely automatically. Now, you might be thinking this sounds complicated. It's not. The whole system runs on something called N8N. Think of N8N as the brain that connects everything together. It tells the AI when to search for news, it tells the AI when to write a post, and it tells Twitter when to publish. Here's the beautiful part. Once you set this up, it runs forever. You could go on vacation for a month and come back to hundreds of new posts, all high quality, all relevant, all posts
That's amazing. So you go on vacation for a weekend, come back, everything's already answered, everything's been posted, everything's been dealt with. You know what I mean? You don't have to do anything but just come check it out.
posted at the perfect times. Let me walk you through the exact setup process. And don't worry if you're not technical, I'm going to explain everything in simple terms. Plus, I've already created a JSON file that does most of the work for you. More on that in a minute. The first component is the scheduler. This tells the system when to run. You can set it to post every hour, every day, or whatever schedule you want. I recommend starting with every 24 hours while you test things out. Here's something most people mess up. They think more posts equals more growth. Wrong. Quality beats quantity every single time. This automation focuses on creating fewer, better posts instead of spamming your audience. The second component is the AI brain. I'm using ChatGPT for this, but you can actually use completely free alternatives. There's something called OpenRouter that connects to free AI models. So this entire system can run without costing you a penny. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The AI doesn't just create random posts. It follows specific instructions that I've tested and optimized. It knows exactly what style of content works on Twitter. It knows which emojis to use. It knows how to create curiosity gaps that make people want to click. These instructions took me weeks to perfect. I tested hundreds of different approaches. I analyzed what content performs best in the AI space, and I distilled all of that knowledge into a simple prompt that anyone can use. But the real magic happens with the third component, the web scraping tool called Firecrawl. This is what makes the content feel fresh and relevant. Instead of recycling old information, it finds brand new stories that just broke. Firecrawl searches specific websites for AI news. It could be Reddit, Twitter, Google News, or any site you choose. It finds the latest headlines and passes them to the AI. The AI then creates a post about that news. The result? Content that feels timely and valuable. The best part about Firecrawl is completely free for the first 500 searches. That's enough to run this automation for months without paying anything. Even after that, it costs almost nothing to keep running. Now let me show you the exact setup process. First, you need to get your Firecrawl API key. You just go to their website, sign up for free, and grab your key from the dashboard. Takes about 2 minutes total. The API key is what lets N8N talk to
Well, first
Firecrawl.
you do
You
what?
copy
Let's
this
go
key
back.
and paste it, grab your key from the dashboard. 2
Okay,
minutes, just go
so
to their website, sign up
go to the website, Firecrawl, you sign up. Okay.
for free, and grab your
Sign
key
up for
from the
free.
dashboard.
You get your key from the dashboard.
Takes about 2 minutes total. The
Okay.
API key is what lets
There's the API key right there. You copy it. Okay.
N8N talk to Firecrawl. You copy this key and paste it into your N8N workflow. Once that's connected, your automation can search the internet automatically. Here's something cool. You can customize exactly what it searches for. One post about AI news, set it to search AI websites. One post about crypto, point it to crypto news sites. One post about marketing. You get the idea. The flexibility here is insane. You're not locked into one type of content. You can create multiple automations for different topics, each one running independently, each one growing different aspects of your online presence. But here's where most people get stuck, the Twitter API setup. Twitter recently changed how their API works. It's not as simple as it used to be, but don't worry, I'm going to walk you through the exact process that still works today. You need to create a developer account on Twitter,
Okay. So create a developer account on Twitter.
then you create an app, then
Then you create an app.
you get your API keys.
Huh.
The whole process takes about 10 minutes if you know what you're doing. And
I
I'm going to
see.
show you exactly what buttons to click. The tricky part is the authentication settings. You need to make sure you have read and write permissions. You need to set the callback URL correctly. And you need to configure the OAuth settings properly. Miss any of these steps and your automation won't work.
Does anybody know what that means? Okay,
But
me.
here's the thing. I've already done all the hard work for you. Remember that JSON file I mentioned? It contains the entire workflow pre-configured. All the settings, all the connections, all the prompts, everything. You just download the file, import it into N8N, add your API keys, and you're ready to go. What would normally take hours of setup takes about 5 minutes. This is the power of having the right systems. Now let me show you what happens when the automation runs. First, the scheduler triggers at your chosen time. Let's say every 24 hours at 9 a.m. The system wakes up and starts the process. Step 1, Firecrawl searches for the latest AI news. It might find an article about a new AI breakthrough, or a story about AI regulation, or news about a major AI company. The key is that it's fresh and relevant. Step 2, the AI analyzes this news and creates a Twitter post. It doesn't just copy the headline, it adds commentary, it creates intrigue, it uses proven formatting that drives engagement. Step 3, the post goes live on your Twitter account automatically. Your followers see valuable, timely content, they engage with it. The algorithm notices the engagement and shows your content to more people. This creates a virtuous cycle. Better content leads to more engagement. More engagement leads to more reach leads to more followers leads to more opportunities. I've seen accounts grow by thousands of followers using systems like this, not fake followers. Real engaged people who are interested in the content, people who become customers, clients, or business partners. But here's what separates this from other automation tools. Most social media bots are obvious. They post generic content, they use poor grammar, they feel robotic. This system is different. The AI I'm using creates content that sounds human, it uses natural language, it makes relevant observations, it starts real conversations. Your audience won't even know it's automated. Of course, you still need to engage with your audience personally. This automation handles the content creation and posting, but you should still reply to comments, join conversations, and build relationships. Think of this as your content engine, not a complete replacement for human interaction. Now, let me address the elephant in the room. Is this ethical? Absolutely. You're not stealing content, you're not misleading anyone, you're creating original commentary on public news. It's no different from having a social media manager, except your manager is AI. The key is transparency and value. As long as you're providing genuine value to your audience, the method doesn't matter. Your followers care about getting useful information. They don't care whether a human or AI wrote it. Here's another benefit most people don't think about: consistency. How many times have you started posting regularly on social media only to stop after a few weeks? Life gets busy, you forget to post, your audience disappears. This automation solves that problem completely. It posts consistently, whether you're busy or not, whether you're motivated or not, whether you remember or not. Consistency is one of the biggest factors in social media growth, and this gives you consistency automatically. But what if Twitter bans automated posting? The truth is, they don't ban automation when it's done correctly. They ban spam, they ban low quality content, they ban misleading information. This system creates high quality, original content. It follows Twitter's terms of service. It provides value to users. There's no reason for Twitter to have a problem with it. In fact, they want good content on their platform. That said, I always recommend starting with a test account. Don't run this on your main business account right away. Create a separate account, test the system, see how it performs. Once you're confident it's working well, then consider using it on your main account. Here's something else to consider. You can run multiple versions of this automation for different niches. One for AI news, one for marketing tips, one for business insights, each one growing a different aspect of your online presence. The scalability is incredible. Once you understand how this works, you can create entire networks of automated content, all providing value, all growing your influence, all running without constant supervision. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds too good to be true. I get it. I was skeptical when I first heard about automated social media systems, but here's the difference. Most automation tools create generic content. They use templates. They feel robotic. This system uses advanced AI to create unique, relevant content every single time. The difference in quality is night and day. Plus, the content isn't just random. It's specifically about AI and technology news, topics that are always trending, topics that people actively search for, topics that drive real engagement. The timing aspect is crucial too. By searching for news in real time, your posts are always about current events, not last week's news, not last month's trends. Today's breaking stories that people are actually talking about. This gives your content a massive advantage in the algorithm. Social media platforms prioritize timely, relevant content. They want to show users the latest information. This system ensures your content always qualifies. Here's another benefit I didn't mention earlier. This system is a learning tool. By watching what content the AI creates and how your audience responds, you'll start to understand what works in your niche. You'll see which topics generate the most engagement, which writing styles resonate with your audience, which posting times work best. This knowledge will make you a better marketer overall. The data you collect from this automation can inform your entire content strategy. Not just on Twitter, but across all your marketing channels. You're essentially getting free market research every single day. I figured out how to build N8N AI agents in seconds using Claude, not minutes, not hours, seconds. You can literally take a screenshot of any N8N workflow you find online, any automation you see, any template you want to copy, paste that screenshot into Claude, and boom, you get perfect JSON code that you can copy and paste directly into N8N. The entire automation gets created instantly, every node, every connection, even the sticky notes. I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. The custom Claude project I built, the exact prompts that make Claude an N8N expert instantly, and how you can replicate any workflow with just a screenshot. But first, let me show you this in action. Here's a screenshot I took of an N8N workflow I wanted to replicate, just a simple automation with a few nodes. I pasted this into my custom Claude project, asked it to recreate this workflow, and look what happened. Claude gave me perfect JSON code. I copied this code, went to N8N, pasted it in, and the entire workflow appeared exactly as it was in the screenshot. Same nodes, same connections, even the same sticky notes in the exact same positions. This took me 30 seconds. From screenshot to working automation. 30 seconds. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true. And honestly, when I first discovered this, I thought the same thing. but I've tested this with dozens of workflows, simple ones, complex ones, multi-step automations with API calls and data processing, and it works about 80% of the time perfectly. The other 20% just needs minor tweaks. But here's the crazy part. Most people don't know how to set this up. They don't know the right prompts to use. They don't know what knowledge to feed Claude, and they definitely don't know the tricks that make this work consistently. That's what I'm going to teach you today. By the end of this video, you'll have your own custom Claude project that can replicate any N8N workflow you throw at it. You'll never have to build automations from scratch again. You'll just screenshot what you want and let Claude do the heavy lifting. And before we dive in, Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know what automations you want to build. Now, let me show you exactly how to set this up step by step. First, you need to create a custom Claude project. This is where the magic happens. Without this...
Okay, we're going to do the 5-hour course. All right, so whatever you've learned so far, great. Keep it, hold it. I'm bringing the 5-hour course. That's what we really want. That's all the information all at once. There we go. And it would be... Nope, I'm not sharing that. Sharing the screen here. Okay. There it is. Okay, now. Okay. So amazing. All right. Where is this? Okay, that's why I haven't pulled it up. So let's do that. Screen, don't want to share, dude. Whatever. All right, so it's this one right here. Man,
and close the tab. That's like buying a Ferrari and only driving it to the mailbox. Here's what's crazy. Claude just became a full automation engine. While you're doing tasks manually, other people are building factories that spit out content, research, code, and marketing campaigns, all on autopilot. And you're missing out because nobody showed you how. By the end of this course, you'll have real automation running, not theory, real systems, content pipelines, SEO research bots, multi-agent workflows, all built by you step by step. So here's what we're doing. I'm walking you through everything from zero to advanced automation. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below. Let's build. Okay, let's talk about the real problem. You're stuck doing the same tasks over and over, writing content, doing research, building reports. It takes hours, sometimes days. And every time you finish, there's another one waiting. You know AI can help, but you don't know how to make it actually work for you consistently. Here's what changed in 2026. Claude released Claude 4.5, and it's not just smarter, it's built for automation from the ground up. We're talking about tools that let you build once and use forever, skills that remember how to do tasks, projects that hold all your context, agents that can chain multiple actions together without you babysitting them. That's not future talk, that's what we're building in this course. I'm going to show you how to set up project factories. These are meta projects that spawn new projects automatically. You feed it one prompt and it creates complete SEO research systems, content calendars, and marketing campaigns, each one customized and ready to run. We're also diving into skills. Think of these as task-specific AI workers. You build a skill once for email responses, another for content creation, another for data analysis. Then you combine them into multi-agent systems that work together like a team. One agent researches, another writes, another edits, another publishes, all connected through N8N workflows that you'll build from scratch. And here's the best part. Everything I'm showing you is practical, no theoretical nonsense. We're building real automations for real business problems. I'm using examples from growing the AI Profit Boardroom throughout this entire course. So you'll see exactly how to get more customers, leads, and traffic using these systems. You can copy the exact templates and adapt them to your business. This course is hours long, but don't let that scare you. It's broken into chapters. You can watch one module, build that automation, and come back later. Each section gives you something you can use immediately. Quick wins that prove the system works before we go deeper. Here's what we're covering: setup basics, so you understand the interface and how projects work prompt mastery, so Claude does exactly what you want every single time. Project deep dives, where we build factories that generate infinite variations. Automation builds using NAN to connect everything. Advanced agents with persistent memory that get smarter over time, and optimization strategies to scale everything without breaking. By the end, you'll have a complete automation system, not just knowledge, actual working tools that save you 10, 20, 30 hours a week. And the beautiful thing, once you build it, it runs forever. You're not trading time for output anymore. You're trading one-time setup for infinite results. So if you're ready to stop using Claude like a fancy Google and start using it like a business automation engine, you're in the right place.
So
Let's
this
build
would
your
be
first
a
factory. Hey,
that would be a factory right there that he was just making.
if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below. So Claude Cowork just got released, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. Now, if you've never used this before, basically what you're going to first do is make sure that you download desktop, and then from here, once you've opened up Claude desktop, make sure you're a Max user, and from there, you're going to go to the Cowork section over here. Now, you can basically get this to control your laptop, control your computer. I'm going to show you some example use cases, plus what other people are using this for. So you can see, for example, here, once you've navigated to Cowork inside the Claude desktop app, like you can see, you can begin to build and automate anything, right? And you just communicate it in basic phrases, for example, create files, report about this, blah, 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 right? So if we go inside the chat here.
Like, for example, what? Dude, I hate when they do that, bro. Like, pause or some shit.
Just got released, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. Now, if you've never used this before, basically what you're going to first do is make sure that you download desktop, and then from here, once you've opened up Claude desktop, make sure you're a Max user, and from there, you're going to go to the Cowork section over here. Now,
Co-work station.
you can basically get this to control your laptop, control your computer. I'm going to show you some example use cases, plus what other people are using this for. So you can see, for example, here, once you've navigated to Cowork inside the Claude desktop app, like you can see, you can begin to build an automate anything, right? And you just communicate it in basic.
Okay, so create a file that's a report about Claude Cowork and the many use cases for it for the AI Profit Boardroom. Ask any clarification, questions, and share a plan of how you'll approach this task. Pretty simple.
Phrases, for example, create a file, let's record about this, blah, 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 right? So if we go inside the chat here, we're going to choose a.
So you go work in a folder, you choose
folder that we want to work from. So for example, desktop. And then we'll say, okay, delete all these screenshots from my desktop to clean it up, right? And what it's going to do is it's going to navigate to that folder we just selected. So it's not access to the whole computer. And then I'll help you delete all the screenshots from your desktop. First, let me see what's there. And you can see how easy it is to do. Now, what you can also do here is, and you can see how.
That's pretty amazing. Look at that. Done. Delete. It deletes everything. It cleans everything. Wow. It's pretty cool.
Quick it runs actually, it's already done that. Let's have a look at it. So if we minimize the desktop and boom, look at that. All the screenshots gone. It's left the other files, but it figured out, okay, which ones are screenshots, and then it deleted them. So it is ridiculously fast. I actually heard a crazy story that Claude coded out the whole of code, all of it, in a week and a half by the Claude team, which is insane when you think about it, right? So from here, what we can also do is we can say, okay, using the AI browser agent, Claude for Chrome, navigate to Notebook M plus create a new notebook with information plus about Claude Cowork. We're going to hit let's go. And what this can actually do is use your browser, right? Now,
so using the AI browser agent, Claude for Chrome, navigate to Notebook LM plus create a notebook with information sources about Claude Cowork. Okay.
Cool thing about this is it's really targeted at people who are not technical. I think Claude Code put a lot of people off because it's a coding tool, whereas this is like more non-technical, more chill to use, more easy, and very simplified, right? And you can just communicate it with plain English. You literally explain exactly what you want, right? Now, it builds out a to-do list. So it's kind of like a to-do list tracker, right? You know, actually track the progress over here, as you can see. And then what it's going to do is it's going to open up this folder, right? So it's going to open up a new browser, like you can see, and it's navigating to Notebook LM. Now, from here, it should be able to start using the browser to control it and create new notebooks. So you can see now it's created a new notebook, and it should just begin to add some sources. Hopefully it can figure that out. If you go back to Claude, you can see what it's doing and what it's thinking about, right? So it's let me click on the website, blah, blah, blah. And the cool thing about this is it can just run in the background, right? So it may be slower than you can do normally, but at the same time, you just assign different agents, different tasks inside the chat here. It's super easy to use, and then you can tell it what to do, right? So for example, here it's now searching for Claude Cowork to find relevant URLs, and then it's going to plug those into Notebook, right? So it's queried this, searched the web for it, found a bunch of URLs, and now what it's going to do is add these URLs to Notebook, like you can see. Now, sometimes it will come across these errors, but it just keeps going, right? So if it's struggling with something, it just keeps going and keeps working. So now it's going to add the website URLs, like you can see, so it's actually navigated to that section, and then it should begin to paste those in, right? So it's clicked inside, pasted the URLs that it found across the web about Claude Cowork, which bear in mind just came out yesterday. So it can work with like brand new data, brand new things, brand new research. It can search the web autonomously, and then add these sources directly inside NotebookLM, right? Now what we can do is we can actually go inside Claude, right? We can say, okay, generate a video overview plus a podcast about this in NotebookLM, right? And we can just get the agent to actually control the browser to start working. You can also stop this whenever you want, and then you can add a new prompt if you want to just interrupt it. And now it should navigate to the audio overview and video overview section here. Yeah, you can see it's generating it. You can also see when the agent is controlling the browser because it has an orange border around the page. And so, you know, anything that's involving clicking buttons or just like something where you're waiting around for stuff, there's no point in you doing it anymore. You can just get Claude to do this for you. You can get Claude to generate audio overviews for you, videos. It can create graphics or flashcards, whatever. It can do research across the web, and then it can communicate directly with these other programs, right? Like you can see with Blend. Like Blend is a powerful media tool, but it does require a few clicks, and so you can just automate that with Claude Cowork, like you can see. Now, once those are generated, what you can actually do is just get it to download those inside your laptop, so it can communicate with both your laptop and your notebook directly, and it will just continue to monitor the progress until it's finally done. Now, whilst waiting for that to be done, let me show you a bunch of other cool stuff that you can do. So, for example, here we said organize my desktop for me, and it looked at all 40 screenshots, organized them into nice folders, and then said clear my desktop, let's delete all the folders and files. But it was done in 3 steps, right? Here's another one. So we actually created a website for the AI Profit Boardroom. If we open that up, it's a beautifully designed website, as you can see, and we just automated it with Claude Cowork, right? Some other examples, so you can actually write tweets, so you can get it to tweet out for you. Now, the main thing to know here is like anything related to what your team can do, whether it's, for example, going on Twitter and posting content, or LinkedIn, or, for example, sending emails. Realistically, this is like a serious stage that we're at now where you can get the agent to do it for you. You don't need humans to post content anymore, right? And that's a big step that I think 99% of people don't even understand yet. So you can see.
Wow. So basically, yeah, they don't even understand it. So you don't even have to do that anymore. AI is going to take care of all of that stuff for you, which is amazing.
She created the tweet, posted it, went on to X, logged in, created the content, and then here's the cool thing is that we reached 500 people without really doing anything. We just got Claude to work its magic, and then it actually gave us a link for the post we created. Here's another example. So we did a bunch of research about Claude Cowork, and then it created a nice little report. So that was pretty cool. And then we created a budget tracker. We organized our downloads folder so that it was nicely organized, and it counted up the files, the size. And the cool thing about this as well, like you could easily get it to manage how much space you have on your laptop, right? So for example, I could say, okay, delete the videos now to free up space, right? And what it can actually do is just clear up space on your laptop, right? You could actually say, okay, analyze this folder, find out what are all the biggest files that I don't need anymore. And then from there, it'll ask you a few questions and just clear up the space in the memory on your laptop. Pretty insane. Right? So it's now deleted 374 video files and freed up 119 gigabytes of space, right? Which is insane. And it did that literally whilst I was talking to you. Let's see what else we got here. So we got a report for a 30-day content calendar, which we can open up in numbers, and you can see we've got the full 30-day content calendar right here. We actually built a Tetris game as well, which is pretty good. Cool. So this is the game itself, and we actually added that to anti-gravity so that it could.
This guy goes a little fast, huh? Just a little fast, bro. Oh, you can actually click on that. That's wild. Okay.
code out the database and everything else. You can see my other video about that on YouTube if you want to see it. Top of that, it can, for example, like create calendar events, right? So navigate to my calendar and create a new event called Cowork
Okay.
Party
I'm not doing this shit for no damn 5 hours.
today. Make sure you send an email to
That's
me at
insane.
jimmyhopper.com, inviting him. This is for a live stream happening right now, right? Now, if we actually go back to our calendar,
Okay. Yeah, we're not doing that for no 5 hours, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, well,
I'll show you the exact Claude AI systems I've built to automate my entire workflows, from X automations, building mini apps, to running live streams. Whether you're brand new to Claude or ready just to go beyond the basics, you walk away knowing how to use Claude Code, agent compute use, Claude directly connectors, and more to build real tools that actually save you time. So if you've never been on Claude before, this is what it looks like. You can switch between APIs. My personal favorite is the Opus 4.5 model. And then from here, you can start using it. It is connected to the web as well. So you can see here, if we click on the plus side, you can switch between web search. You can use it for research. You can add from GitHub, add from Google Drive. You can
Wow, this is amazing, dude. I love Claude.
add to different projects, take screenshots, even upload files and photos, and you can also use different styles as well. On top of that, you can connect it to Google Drive, Calendar, and Gmail, so you can actually, for example, manage different apps. As you can see, you can connect it to Gmail, Google Calendar, even Zapier, and PayPal if you want to. If you click on custom connector here, you can actually connect it to all sorts of MCPs if you're into that stuff, right? So we're going to get straight into this. The way that we're going to begin by using it, feel free to ask if you're watching live. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. We're going to sort of kick it off by showing you some of the actual practical use cases for this, right? So, for example, if we check out this page here, I actually built this using Claude Opus 4.5, and then I loaded it into my website. And it is a pretty nice landing page, probably one of the nicest I've built and one of the best converting, right? And the way that I've built it is literally by just taking the information from my website over here. And if you've got a website you need to redesign, or a landing page to build, or you've got some information about an offer that you need to create, etc., then you can grab all the information from your website and then plug that into Claude and create a custom landing page for it. So, for example, if we take this information from the page, then we're going to go over to Claude over here. We're going to paste in this information. And then from here, we can say, okay, build a beautiful, modern landing page before this information, right? Goal equals convert traffic. And what I did as well when I was building this out is actually send it directly over to our portal page, right, where we want to direct traffic and convert it. So if you have a specific page in mind that you want to direct traffic to, you can just copy the URL and then make that CTA for our page, right? So we can say, okay, CTA button link for our page equals that, right? And then you can take the information from whatever landing page you want as well. You can plug that into Claude and say, okay, using this, send traffic to this offer, or here's more information about our offer, right? And then you can build out a landing page. Now, what it's going to do from here, typically it will start creating in something called artifacts, right? Which is kind of like a preview for the landing page you're creating. So you can see here it's actually using custom skills. And we'll actually come on to that later as well, how to build custom skills that you can reuse. And that's another powerful feature inside Claude. You can see here it's now creating the landing page, beginning to code out. And I can't code. I don't really understand HTML. I don't understand CSS, but I can quickly build a beautiful landing page like this using Claude and then just plug in the HTML into wherever I want to host my website. You see another example. If we go to the arcroftboardroom.com, this is another landing page we actually built using Claude. And again, we followed a similar method, right?
Yeah, he's building all kinds of pages.
Like the older version of
this shit.
AI,
oh no, man! I got it. This is way too much for me. I ain't had no coffee. I ain't. No. No. But Claude is that new shit, bro. I guess this is the 5-hour course right here. This is what I was originally gonna have us watch. Can't hear anything now. What the fuck? close this shit. I'm trying to find some new shit. All right, something that's not as boring. So we're gonna fucking surf X real quick, and definitely not watching this fucking video anymore. You know what? I'm gonna connect my phone, make it easier. Hope you guys are having a good morning. You know what? We're gonna do an AI lesson because that's what it says on there. So. Seven unread messages. Get out of here. Okay, so yeah, definitely not the page I wanted to start on. Welcome. Okay, I gotta close that. You know what? I gotta delete this actually. You know what? We'll stay live. Fuck it. We're gonna learn today, right? Fuck it. We're gonna have to do the AI lessons. Like, I can't see a white man lose. Keep them punches going, white man. Hit that nigga. Wow. This is really what he said? Wow. Wow.
Gypsy's lost right.
That's some real Hitler shit.
Yeah, this nigga cooked. He fat as fuck. Yeah, this nigga cooked, bro.
Charleston, why do you want him to win?
Man, I can't see a white man lose. I'm gonna lose faith in the American military. I'm gonna lose faith in our military if the white man lose.
Oh, fuck.
Gypsy's lost right.
That's some real Hitler shit.
I should have worn my yarmulke. I should have worn my yarmulke.
Let's go.
Commentator's retarded, bro. Yeah, he just threw his ass to the ground. Just threw his ass to the ground, bro.
White man been doing a nigga like that for years. That white boy been doing a nigga bad all that life. Yeah, this ain't nothing new.
That's commentating crazy.
Oh!
Okay, now they're throwing haymakers.
Hit that nigga! Hit that nigga! Hit that nigga! Hit that nigga!
That's commentating crazy.
Keep your punches going, white man. Put your lashes on that boy's back. Put your lashes on his ass.
Yo, this crazy. That Charleston Winston.
1 minute.
Yo, this nigga crazy, bro.
What is that tattoo?
SS. It's it
was like chopping a tree.
Don't worry, the AI course is coming after this. Don't
What's
worry.
that tattoo?
Hold y'all motherfucking fist up. Hold y'all fist up. What the fuck I'm talking about? Fuck you talking about?
Of course, this nigga have to be some fucking niggerism. Who that
Oh
big
my
stuff?
God.
Yeah, Black Power.
Hold y'all fist up too now. And the winner by split decision
Super.
out of the red corner, Gypsy Crusader.
All right, let's go.
Please do, man, I swear.
Hey, now you know all those niggas in the chat are about to be pissed. Look at that, look at that shit.
On that note,
Super. Say don't lose like
Black's mad.
don't lose like that.
Black's
Lose
mad.
like-
Yo, dude, these niggas gonna start crying, bro.
Some bullshit. Are them some white,
Yo, Gypsy got a lot of hits on them that they didn't notice.
some white judges? That's some bullshit.
Yeah, bro. These niggas are so bad, bro.
What do you win? This why we ride.
Get your ass whooped.
That's bullshit.
What? Hey, then don't ask. What
He
the
got his
fuck?
ass whooped.
Hey, you doing rubbing up too.
How the fuck did he win?
Bro,
White.
that
All right, let's keep searching here.
Remember October 7th in the same way. That's the next generation of young people won't.
We're not gonna go there. You don't have to die for Israel. You don't have to. Okay.
گارد جاویدان به شما به شجاعت و فداکاریتان درود می‌فرستم. در 3 ماه گذشته هزاران تن از شما در هسته‌های کوچک اما مؤثر در سراسر ایران جلوه‌های درخشان از دلاوری آفریده‌اید. آنچه شما کرده‌اید برای صدها روایت خواهد شد. ملت ایران فداکاری شما و بهایی را که بویژه در 18 و 19 دی برای آزادی میهن پرداخته‌اید هرگز فراموش نخواهد کرد. به شما گفته بودم که کمک در راه است. اکنون آن کمک رسیده است. از شما دلیرترین و فداکارترین فرزندان ایران میخواهم که به عنوان نیروی پیشگام ملت به هر شکل ممکن دستگاه سرکوب جمهوری اسلامی را که اکنون از آسمان زیر ضربات سنگین است بیش از پیش فرسوده و تضعیف کنید تا زمینه فروپاشی نهایی آن فراهم شود. در نظر داشته باشید که این فراخوانی برای تظاهرات خیابانی نیست، بلکه فراخوانی به شما جوانان گارد جاویدان برای وارد آوردن ضربه‌های هوشمندانه و مؤثر به سرکوبگران خسته و فرسوده است تا راه برای حضور میلیونی ملت ایران در خیابان‌ها هموارتر شود.
So he wants the Iranian people to overthrow the government, huh?
خود را در اولویت قرار دهید. چرا که حضور شما در نبرد نهایی برای حفاظت از سیل میلیونی جمعیت لازم و ضروری است. شما از تبار رستم و کاوه‌اید و دشمنان شما از جنس
That was it. This was a good fight right here. Let's watch this shit. This is my boy Two-Tone right here on the mic. Yeah, Blueface lost that.
Miami, are you not entertained?
If he hadn't have stopped punching us, I'm getting ready to pop the fight. And that corner right there, he just ran my
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is the moment the world was told would never happen. Well, it just happened. Donald J. Trump just crossed the line that Washington spent decades pretending didn't exist. The United States has finally confronted Iran directly. Now, here's the twist, guys. The very thing that the political class warned would cause global chaos is actually triggering the exact opposite reaction. Suddenly, the entire Middle East, from Saudi Arabia to the United Arab Emirates to Qatar, is shifting in ways nobody expected. Even global players like China and Russia are they're reacting in real time. Meanwhile, the military reality is staggering. The combined power of the United States Navy, the U.S. Air Force, and the Israeli Defense Forces is reshaping the battlefield faster than anyone predicted. So the real story, the one the corporate media somehow forgot to mention, is how this moment was actually years in the making. Because long before the pundits started clutching their pearls, President Trump was already warning that if Iran kept pushing this...
That's a fact, though. Trump, he was not talking about war, but he was telling people that he would be very aggressive with Iran.
day would come. And tonight we're going to walk through exactly what just happened, why it happened.
So it's not the first time, bro. He spoke about this at length. I don't know why Myron acts like he's fucking stupid when it comes to this.
And why this moment may change the future of the Middle East forever. But first, real quick, guys, if you're new here and you enjoy cutting through the media BS, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if by the end of the show you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Totally appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and start where this whole thing explodes, because this really is the moment that the world crossed the line. For years, presidents in the United States talked tough about Iran, lots of speeches, lots of warnings, lots of strongly worded press conference. But nothing like this, guys. Then along comes Donald J. Trump, and suddenly the strategy changes. Instead of fighting Iranian proxies in places like Syria, Iraq, or Afghanistan, the conversation shifted to confronting the source. This is the breaking point we just crossed. Trump didn't just warn Iran, he acted. And whether you agree with that decision or not, one thing is undeniable. The geopolitical chessboard just flipped. The Middle East is not playing by the same rules anymore. For decades, the assumption was simple. Iran pushes, America warns, everybody goes home. Not this time, though. This time, Washington just signaled something very different. And the message was simple. The era of warnings is over.
So we've been talking about it repeatedly. Operation Epic Fury has largely turned into a regional war. The reason for that is Iran has essentially lashed out against all of its neighbors in the Gulf area. Take a look at this chart right here. Essentially, every country that you see highlighted in red is a country in the Gulf that Iran has decided to drone or missile since the outbreak of hostilities. Obviously, you got Kuwait right here, where a handful of American soldiers were killed in a drone strike. Even up here in Turkey, Iran fired a ballistic missile at Incirlik Air Base. That's where the U.S. houses nuclear weapons. Then we talk about what U.S. and Israel have been doing. These are some of the strikes that both Israel and the U.S. have conducted against Iran. You see, it's largely been in the western part of the country near the coastline, as you hear Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General
Pete Hegseth is such a power-hungry fucking piece of shit. He just is.
Kane talk about the fact that as they continue to degrade
My
Iranian
opinion.
anti-air capabilities, they're going to move these strikes further inland. Now, we've heard CENTCOM talk about the fact that they've conducted more than 5,000 airstrikes in Iran since the war first broke out. We've seen.
So Trump had been talking about this for a while, man. Let's run it. Well, he wants to run it with the Crusaders. Stop, bro. You already got your ass beat, bro. You don't get to get back in the ring, son. Blueface loses to Shibu at Aiden Rock. Yeah, Shibu was nice though, dog. There's no stress. My homie should have been rooting for him anyways, dog.
You ready? Where are you gonna buy a new phone too or no?
I'll see.
What's up with you? Yo, my boy. Hey, lady. By the way, he was looking at her ass. Yeah? Quit looking. On some real shit. Chill with that.
What happened?
What? No, I'm just saying, just respect women. You don't gotta be staring. Huh? I'm not talking to no one, bro.
Don't walk up on me.
No, I'm confused.
That's how you should have been.
Yeah.
Huh?
You should say
Should have been what?
compliment.
She can say something.
Nah. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, you know what? A grown ass man, you're a child. Say the child.
Okay.
Okay. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that's cool. It's all good. Yeah, I know it's good. Huh?
That's all we were saying. It's
Okay then, for sure.
something to get mad about. Something we
Okay, that's fine. Maybe you need a BBL too. Nothing, bro.
Bro, stop saying shit, man. What's wrong with you, bro? These kids nowadays, bro, usually you get smacked for that shit, bro. You know?
At the West, our greatest ally, and I see a new enemy rising from within.
I'll be ready when you get
I
back.
am speaking
I'll be
of
ready
the
when you get
poison
back.
being sold to the American people as patriotism. I'm speaking of the intellectual vandalism of Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Mr. Speaker, let us be clear about what this is. They claim to fight the woke left. They are no different than the woke left. The radical left tears down the statues of Thomas Jefferson. Tucker Carlson tears down the legacy of Winston Churchill. The radical left says Western civilization is evil. Candace Owens says the roots of our faith are demonic. It is the same sickness. It is the same moral relativism. It is the same hatred of the West dressed up in a different costume.
Yes, to be clear, that is dangerous. The Likud party, and I was quite literally, someone was plotting my murder. Actually, a year from the date that Charlie was murdered on September 10th, someone was plotting my murder and got discovered, and that's still making its way through the courts. These people are calling for violence. That's the implicit threat here. They're all growing increasingly more radical, and they're feeling threatened by speech, which is why I implore all of you, which I see that you are, which is why they feel threatened, to continue to use it and to recognize these people are incredibly dangerous. They are very dangerous. When a person is unwilling to say, here's what I did wrong, especially when that person has murdered tens of thousands of children, what they're doing down in Venezuela, Argentina, when they say the issue is people recognizing what they're doing. Argentina, they are tweeting. I mean, they are in the streets shouting against Zionism. And we're supposed to believe it's because everyone just hates Jews, everyone hates God's chosen people, or because you can no longer convince people that you are murdering, stealing, plundering, raping in the name of the Lord. I think it's the latter, but these people are dangerous. Okay, if anything happens to Tucker Carlson or me, you obviously know that Israel was involved. Obviously, that is unbelievably apparent in their rhetoric. They're name checking us. They're calling us on stage. They're sending their goons out to harass us because we believe in America first and that we should stop getting involved in their interests, and that it is unacceptable, frankly, that our government gives more flack to Tucker Carlson, our government representatives give more flack to Tucker Carlson than they did to Jeffrey Epstein. That they choose to cover up the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein while pretending that speech in America is what's actually radical, not people who are actually harming children and abusing children sexually. We don't even have a government, in my view. Like, well, we can't even protect the nation's most innocent. How do we even have a government?
You want to put some of that lipstick on my dick?
Oh my God.
Why is it so hard? Chat.
Alright, yo.
Chat, do you see
Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's the kind of shit that pisses me off. The degenerate bullshit that's always.
Bitch, go back to home.
Nah, we're good. We're good on that too, bro. The Iran war. It's a drone.
Somebody play my saxophones, man. Or at least seriously injured. Because for the first time ever, who is missing from their official war update? No BB the Bomber, no Mossad Defense Chief, no
Yeah, dude, they've been saying he's dead for the last few days.
Air
I
Force
believe it.
Commander, no Ben Guyver, not even his
believe it.
brother. And BB is always front and
Get
center,
out of here.
talking
I have a
big
lot of
cash
dogs.
shit. So
Ooh.
either he is dead, seriously injured, or somewhere ratted up, weaseled up in a hole in a cut like motherfucking Neosporin. But this is very odd and has never been seen before. I'm not trying to get too excited, but we still have 0 tweets and 0 statements. Also, this tweet that was supposed to be put up and then immediately deleted because they're like, oh wait, effort on the way to establish contact. So Wait, that means you don't know where he's at. Now, I'm praying to God that this motherfucker got took down low. And Satan right now is greeting him with open fucking arms. Some people are blaming this exact news report because this was live during the time. And they think that the IRGC tuned in because this was a place that they already struck and killed 9, which were civilians supposedly. And then on camera, you see BB the bomber right here. And people are speculating that then the IRGC was like, oh, we got him. Send another one. Now maybe the 6th time they're announcing that everything is destroyed. It's just like, wait, how many times can you say something is obliterated and then they come and blow some shit up? And as soon as the IRGC saw this, they was like, okay, well, we'd like to introduce you to, wait, pardon me, let me step on this piece of shit country, and then let me step on this piece of shit country. And people, before you say, you're un-American. No, I'm very American, and I know when we're occupied. This is not the United States of America. This is the United States of Israel. And so I fucking digress. I love America. I hate the position that we're fucking in right now, which is do whatever our fake-ass greatest ally tells us, which is really them using and abusing us so they can become a superpower and we can be nothing. They know they've lost every single bit of emotion in this country because we sick of that shit. AIPAC, done. All that bullshit, done. Yeah, we heard you said that our missile capabilities were done and we was cooked, done for. So we just like to show you, this is Missile City. And we've been...
Can't believe I lost that.
We got live missiles. So she's like, why the fuck do we keep on being lied to? Can't you just be honest and be like, yo, honestly, Iran is a lot more capable and set up than we gave them credit for. Because y'all, every 3 days, they're destroyed. They're obliterated. Nigga, clearly not. They are set up for a long time. And they're prepared to fight for a long time. Why? Because they have no fucking choice. We are there by choice. These people are defending their homeland. At the end of the day, we're all human. And I want you to really sit there and think, how would you feel if you saw a president from another country dropping highlight tapes every day, bombing the shit around you? Even if you hated the person that was leading you, your family members is dying, your friends is dying because they're getting caught in the fucking crossfire. And you not gonna be like, hold a little bit of animosity towards the people that's doing that? By choice, when you have no choice, nigga, you just live there. And the racist president, yes, I said racist because only racist people say what this motherfucker's about to say. He thinks it's a genetic problem. You know what people think like that? Racist people.
Have been let in. Others are just bad. They go bad. Something wrong. There's something wrong there. So the genetics are not exactly, they're not exactly your genetic. It's one of those problems, Brian.
It makes sense to why everything's been so discombobulated lately because the leader is not giving you his direct orders. So we have no idea what the fuck the mission is. And right now they're scrambling PR-wise to be like, okay, is this motherfucker dead or is he just in a coma? And how long can we go without having this motherfucker say something? The thing is what happens next. And clearly we just care about oil more than anything. So the Strait of Hormuz is basically priority number 1. But it's weird because I know Israel must be fucked up because Trump is now saying, hey, UK, send some ships. France, send something. But it's weird because a couple days ago, he was just telling these motherfuckers, fuck off. We're like, they're maybe going to send some ships, but don't worry, we don't need them anymore. We'll remember. Well, guess what? They probably fucking remember too that you was just talking shit and now they're even more hesitant to fucking help out. Dickhead, like, shut your bitch ass mouth, old fuck. Like, somebody take this nigga phone. Whenever he starts ranting, I know he's cornered up like a little rat, and then he's blaming the media for saying shit is getting fucked up. He's like, no. In actuality, the base was hit a few days ago. So, okay, then, sorry. You got notified late. How bad is the damages? How many people are dead? How many people are injured? How fucked up are we getting over there that you need to send 5,000 people on the ground? Understand? Our greatest ally.
Nah, brother, it just means we're trying to invade.
Like, hey, we're running low on ballistic missiles. Okay, bitch. You know what that means? I'm about to go back home. Not a difficult decision for me.
Preparing some kind of criminal referral against me, a crime report to the Department of Justice on the basis of a supposed crime I committed. What's that crime? Well, talking to people in Iran before the war. They read my texts. So the crime under consideration apparently would be the Foreign Agent Act or something like that, acting as an agent of a foreign power. And I don't expect this to go anywhere. I'm not too worried about an actual criminal case against me for a bunch of reasons. One, I'm not an agent of a foreign power. Unlike a lot of people commenting on U.S. politics and global affairs, I have only one loyalty, and that's the United States, and have never acted against it. Its interests are the only interests I care about because I'm from here and I have a lot of kids. So that's not a concern. I've also never taken money from anybody. Don't need it, don't want it, and that's provable. And moreover, it's my job to talk to everybody all the time and try and figure out what's happening around the world. That's literally what I do for a living, and I'm not going to stop doing that, nor should I don't think. I'm also an American. So I can talk to anybody. I have no secrets to divulge. So legally, I think the case is ludicrous, and I doubt it'll even become a case. I'm bringing this up for a couple of reasons, though, and they're pretty obvious. One is that countries tend to become more authoritarian in wartime. It's just the nature of war. People are dying. The stakes are high. People's emotions have risen to a very high point, to a crescendo. And so there's much less tolerance for any kind of dissent in the homeland. The irony, of course, is the United States fights wars on behalf of freedom, but there's always less of it here in our country during war. So that's a widely recognized phenomenon, and it's likely to happen now too.
I wish I didn't have bad news for you today, but things are spiraling really badly out of control. We have 3 of the wealthiest Arab nations that are now considering pulling.
I saw this last night. I ain't trying to listen to this shit. I already heard it last night. Yep, listened to it last night, dude. What do we got? What is this, Ryan Garcia? And Keyshawn?
We got Facebook!
These dudes do a whole lot more talking than fighting. Not Keyshawn, but Ryan.
I see it right here. Face off. Yeah.
Clown world. Let's see.
And this man is sitting in this car.
Today.
I'm sitting here sick and worried. And this man is sitting in this car. Really? 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 Seriously?
Oh no.
Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car? Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest anymore.
Damn.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car?
Yeah, you're terrible.
Is your life like that difficult?
You
Why don't you come
are.
inside? For an hour you've been out here? You've been out here for an hour?
It looks like it. I just need to rest.
Do you want me to bring you something?
Peace and quiet.
Come inside, baby.
No.
Come on.
No. Just close the door, please.
Damn.
Just close the door.
Well, I'm gonna come and sit next to you.
Oh.
Damn.
Did you just lock the door? Open the door.
Damn.
Open the door.
Why is it
Yeah, that relationship
when you
is
mention
over.
not supporting Israel, you show
That relationship is over.
hatred towards Jews? Because there are many Jews that support Palestine, and I don't understand why you just rage bait people by mentioning not liking Jews.
Yeah, because he's rage baiting. You know, you said it yourself. This guy's the biggest
a great
dork.
argument against it. Check out what Shakur Stevenson
had to say about him
Look
fighting
how he
Mike.
looks and
Hydration.
sounds, dog.
But ain't no belts at 44.
What we need the belt for? We the names. We the big names. Why we need the belt?
If he fights at 144, no rehydration. I get that. A lot of times that's how you make the miracle fights happen.
Showbiz. It never gets old to me, bro. Some dorks.
Make America healthy again.
What
MAGA,
happened?
make America great again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker.
Okay. That's fucked up, bro. Who does shit like that, dog? You know what I mean? Fucking feed the pizza laxatives to the homeless, bro. Your mother didn't birth a son for you to buy some shit flowers and say Happy Mother's Day. She didn't struggle to raise you for this abject failure. She raised you so you could retire her. Give your mother $1 million today. Shut the fuck up, bro. Andrew, call me, please. Hi. Yes, hi. Do you put this money in my bank? Did you put this money in my bank? I can't spend this money, Andrew. It's too much. Buy a Lambo. It's making me nervous. It's too much. Please call me.
Minus 5 minutes and counting. Expected propellant closeout on both vehicles. That is definitely no issues going into today's launch attempt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Vehicle pitching down range. Max view. Nico, shipping condition. Stage separation. First startup. Ship engine cutoff. Ship SM's entered payload deploy prep. Open the pod bay doors now. Ships at payload deploy.
There goes another one.
Relay demo startup. Starship is subsummary. Starship landing burn startup.
It's pretty cool. It's just a commercial for Elon Musk's new rockets and shit, I guess. When we get some more people in here, I'll go ahead and start the AI. AI video for us to learn how to use AI. For a lot of us that don't know how to use it. And then if you want to scale your business, it really helps you out with your business. So it's going to be a good little 1 hour session, maybe 1 to 5 hours. Who knows? We'll see. Depending on how it goes. All right, that's enough of Elon. Looks like BB's dead. I'm trying to tell y'all, BB's dead. Man. That alone stops the war, dude. Because Trump's gonna call it. If Trump needed an off ramp, that's his off ramp. It's a golden one too. You better take that off ramp, bro, and pull back, dude. Just blame it on Netanyahu, dog. Just and win politically, or don't take a loss. That's what I say. Pull out now, bro. Find that off ramp. This is a golden off ramp for you not to take a hit politically, Trump. Mr. President, I say you take that ramp fast as you can. Because right now it's not looking too good for you. Asymmetrically, we're getting our ass beat. Here we have military might, but it means nothing in this war. They can handle it. They can take it. They've been preparing for 47 years. We've been preparing for 2 weeks. It's a big difference. That's why we're losing the war.
Like that. Yeah, I'm gritty like that. Let me get a slice, regular slice, because you think this shit is a joke, bro. I'll watch you motherfuckers. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all so cutthroat, y'all go against your own people. Y'all ain't shit.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Salvation. I'm talking about Hispanics.
They're about to get beat
They
up.
work 7 days a week. They work hard. Get out of my store with that bullshit, okay?
Get out of
We
your
don't tolerate bullshit like that here. Okay? Have a good day. Thank you. Out of the store.
Goodbye.
Evidently,
Out of my store, bro.
Bye.
Before you even thought, you own the store.
This guy's trying to eat. These guys just trying to work, bro.
Evidently, I'm still trying to spend my money. What are you talking about? I'm talking the truth.
I'm not serving you. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
You're not
Take
serving.
out of school. You talking to my workers like that?
I'm
Get out of my store.
talking the truth.
I don't care. Don't talk to my workers like that. They work
I'm
hard.
not talking to your workers like that. I'm talking outside. I'm talking the truth. What are you talking about?
You're talking they trash. I just heard
I'm
you
not talking to him. Trash. What are you talking about? Bro, you talking to me trash.
Why are you yelling like you're scared?
Because
you're not scaring nobody, bro. So
I'm
don't
not
get
trying
loud.
to scare nobody,
All right,
bro.
cool, man.
The way how you trying to come across me.
I don't know. I came in.
Evidently, you don't know me, bro. The way how you came across me is like you thought you knew me.
I don't have to know you.
You don't have to know me, which is fine. I wasn't trying to talk to them trash,
Why are
bro.
you still yelling? You're not
Because
scaring
you
nobody,
evidently
bro.
you took me
All right,
wrong,
don't get loud.
bro.
You're not scaring
I'm not trying to scare nobody, bro.
All right, whatever happened. Okay, I'm not serving you now. This is what you're always doing. Have a good day, bro.
Goodbye.
I'm not gonna lie. That's the only way you can get away with that because you.
What do you want? Don't stand outside. Don't put yourself.
This is your store.
This is my store.
We gonna see.
We will. No. No bullshit. I have no. Stop telling my store. Stop telling my store. I walked in. You were talking about their trash. I don't know what they did to you. I don't know. But these guys work hard.
Evidently,
they're nice guys.
I'm gonna make you bite. Where did you?
A barking dog never bites. Get out of my store, please. Thank you.
Barking dog.
Get out of my store. Out of my store.
Alright, bro. Alright. You're not a barking dog, bro, but alright.
Okay, bro.
Okay, bro. That's what we used to say. Okay, bro. President Zelensky says Ukraine wants money and technology, and fuck you, bro. You know what? Your wife started a fucking prosthetics company before the war, you piece of shit. Have her give you some money from that, you fucking cocksucker. Sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude, but Fuck, now we roll, son.
Run these anonymous sources as gospel truth without checking with the people who are actually in the room. And I'm speaking about a CNN story alleging that the administration was ill prepared for the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. That is unequivocally false. Let me be clear. The Pentagon has been accounting for this in their planning of this operation since the very beginning, and the administration is taking tangible steps to address it. CNN issued a correction on that story after I called them and spent nearly an hour on the phone rebutting it. ABC News using unverified, non-credible tips from anonymous tipsters to scare people in California that Iran was allegedly plotting to attack the coast of California with drones, again, based on unverified intelligence. They left that word unverified out of their story purposely, and we forced them to issue a correction. So your audience needs...
Kind of criminal referral against me, a crime report to the Department of Justice on the basis of a supposed crime I committed. What's that crime? Well, talking to people in Iran before the war. They read my texts. So the crime under consideration apparently would be the Foreign Agent Act or something like that, acting as an agent of a foreign power. And I don't expect this to go anywhere. I'm not too worried about an actual criminal case against me for a bunch of reasons. One, I'm not an agent of a foreign power. Unlike a lot of people commenting on U.S. politics and global affairs, I have only one loyalty, and that's the United States. And have never acted against it. Its interests are the only interests I care about because I'm from here and I have a lot of kids. So that's not a concern. I've also never taken money from anybody. Don't need it, don't want it, and that's provable. And moreover, it's my job to talk to everybody all the time and try and figure out what's happening around the world. That's literally what I do for a living. And I'm not going to stop doing that, nor should I don't think. I'm also an American. I can talk to anybody. I have no secrets to divulge. Okay. So legally, I think the case is ludicrous, and I doubt it'll even become a case. I'm bringing this up for a couple of reasons, though, and they're pretty obvious. One is that countries tend to become more authoritarian in wartime. It's just the nature of war. People are dying. The stakes are high. People's emotions have risen to a very high point, to a crescendo. And so there's much less tolerance for any kind of dissent in the homeland. The irony, of course, is the United States fights wars on behalf of...
Is today Mother's Day, bro? Because if it is, I haven't even called my mom, dog. Hold on a second. It is Mother's Day, bro. Hold on. Is it Mother's Day? Hold on a second. Is today Mother's Day? Is today Mother's Day?
Checking real quick. Today's March 15th, 2026. Nope.
No, it's in May. That's right. It's after my mom's birthday. I'm tripping. Okay. Here. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to go ahead and start the lesson here. So I apologize. I'm going to add this, share the screen here, not to my phone, but to something else. Okay. Bitch, shut up before I knock you out.
For another what? Another screen?
Man, shut your ass up, Grok. I hate Grok sometimes. You talking shit. Fucking so pissed today, bro. You know what? We're over it already. We already said we're over it. It's done. Okay, so the AI lesson is on. It's to help your business, bro. You want to know about this stuff if you're doing business, straight up. Let me share the screen here. 1, 2, 3. Bada bing, bada boom. Throw up the sex in throw up the.
National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has unveiled shocking new evidence that former President Barack Obama and top aides in the Obama administration conspired to subvert President Trump's 2016 election victory and undermine the democratic will of the American people. While publicly...
I have no damn democratic will. Shut up, liar.
Imagine that this folder is a dimensional plane. Now, imagine that this folder is a dimensional plane. Now, assuming that it is no height and no depth, what would this mean? It would mean that it's a one-dimensional world. So if, hypothetically, an organism was living inside of it, it would only be able to move in a linear path forward and backwards in a straight line. Now, if we go to the second dimension, we have two dimensions. We have width and we have length. So hypothetically, if an organism...
Fuck that kid. So this dude right here, he made a bot. He made a thing. I built a script in 4 hours. He said it was worth it. Average winning rate 70%. This is not clickbait. It is a story about 5-minute Bitcoin strategy script. Wowzers. Let's see. Look at that in real time. Mother flower. I thought that's what AI was going to be able to do when it first came out, is do that shit all fucking for free. You know, just get you the best.
And how to
points,
use.
all
Most
that.
people are using
We're going to start the AI course, free course. You guys you're more than welcome to jump in here. You guys can click that link. I shared it all the time. I share it all the time on my Facebook. I share it on X and every other platform that I can. So it's on there. Click on it. You can come up here and talk, ask me questions, chop it up, whatever you want to do. And I'll pause the show while the show is going on. It doesn't matter. You guys can come to the back, chat with me, and then come up. I'll pull you up on top of the screen, and you can chat with me, and we can chop it up about whatever we're talking about. All right. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Hopefully everybody already had breakfast and coffee and all that, and you're just gonna sit down and and listen and learn, guys. This is a good lesson, especially if you're in business. Okay, let's do this.
Claude AI completely wrong. They type one prompt, get one answer, and close the tab. That's like buying a Ferrari and only driving it to the mailbox. Here's what's crazy. Claude just became a full automation engine. While you're doing tasks manually, other people are building factories that spit out content, research, code, and marketing campaigns, all on autopilot. And you're missing out because nobody showed you how. By the end of this course, you'll have real automation running, not theory, real systems, content pipelines, SEO research bots, multi-agent workflows, all built by you step by step. So here's what we're doing. I'm walking you through everything from zero to advanced automation. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below. Let's build. Okay, let's talk about the real problem. You're stuck doing the same tasks over and over, writing content, doing research, building reports. It takes hours, sometimes days. And every time you finish, there's another one waiting. You know AI can help, but you don't know how to make it actually work for you consistently. Here's what changed in 2026. Claude released Claude 4.5, and it's not just smarter, it's built for automation from the ground up. We're talking about tools that let you build once and use forever, skills that remember how to do tasks, projects that hold all your context, agents that can chain multiple actions together without you babysitting them. That's not future talk, that's what we're building in this course. I'm going to show you how to set up project factories. These are meta projects that spawn new projects automatically. You feed it one prompt and it creates complete SEO research systems, content calendars, and marketing campaigns, each one customized and ready to run. We're also diving into skills. Think of these as task-specific AI workers. You build a skill once for email responses, another for content creation, another for data analysis. Then you combine them into multi-agent systems that work together like a team. One agent researches, another writes, another edits, another publishes, all connected through N8N workflows that you'll build from scratch. And here's the best part. Everything I'm showing you is practical, no theoretical nonsense. We're building real automations for real business problems. I'm using examples from growing the AI Profit Boardroom throughout this entire course. So you'll see exactly how to get more customers, leads, and traffic using these systems. You can copy the exact templates and adapt them to your business. This course is hours long, but don't let that scare you. It's broken into chapters. You can watch one module, build that automation, and come back later. Each section gives you something you can use immediately. Quick wins that prove the system works before we go deeper. Here's what we're covering: setup basics, so you understand the interface and how projects work. Prompt mastery, so Claude does exactly what you want every single time. Project deep dives, where we build factories that generate infinite variations. Automation builds using N8N to connect everything. Advanced agents with persistent memory that get smarter over time. And optimization strategies to scale everything without breaking. By the end, you'll have a complete automation system, not just knowledge, actual working tools that save you 10, 20, 30 hours a week. And the beautiful thing, once you build it, it runs forever. You're not trading time for output anymore. You're trading one-time setup for infinite results. So if you're ready to stop using Claude like a fancy Google and start using it like a business automation engine, you're in the right place. Let's build your first factory. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below. So Claude Cowork just got released, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. Now, if you've never used this before, basically what you want to first do is make sure that you download desktop. And then from here, once you've opened up Claude Desktop, make sure you're a Max user. And from there, you're going to go to the Cowork section over here. Now, you can basically get this to control your laptop, control your computer. I'm going to show you some example use cases, plus what other people are using this for. So you can see, for example, here, once you've navigated to Cowork inside the Claude Desktop app, like you can see, you can begin to build and automate it, right? And you just communicate it in basic phrases. For example, create a file, let's record about this, blah, 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 right? So if we go inside the chat here, we're going to choose a folder that we want to work from. So for example, like desktop, and then we'll say, okay, delete all these screenshots from my desktop to clean it up, right? And what it's going to do is it's going to navigate to that folder we just selected. So it's not access to the whole computer. And then I'll help you delete all the screenshots from your desktop. First, let me see what's there. And And you can see how easy it is to do. Now, what you can also do here is, and you can see how quick it runs actually, it's already done that. Let's have a look here. So if we minimize the desktop and boom, look at that. All the screenshots gone. It's left the other files, but it figured out, okay, which ones are screenshots, and then it deleted them. So it is ridiculously fast. I actually heard a crazy story that Claude coded out the whole of Code, all of it, in a week and a half by the Claude team, which is insane when you think about it, right? So from here, what we can also do is we can say, okay, using the AI browser agent, Claude for Chrome, navigate to Notebook M plus create a new notebook with information plus sources about Claude Cowork. We're going to hit let's go. And what this can actually do is use your browser, right? Now, the cool thing about this is it's really targeted at people who are not technical. I think Claude Code put a lot of people off because it's a coding tool, whereas this is like more non-technical, more chill to use, more easy, and very simplified, right? And you can just communicate it with plain English. You literally explain exactly what you want, right? Now, it builds out a to-do list. So it's kind of like a to-do list tracker, right? And it'll actually track the progress over here, as you can see. And then what it's going to do is it's going to open up this folder, right? So it's going to open up a new browser, like you can see, and it is navigating to Notebook LM. Now, from here, it should be able to start using the browser to control it and create new notebooks. So you can see now it's created a new notebook, and it should just begin to add some sources. Hopefully, it can figure that out. If you go back to Claude, you can see what it's doing and what it's thinking about. Right. So it's let me click on the website, blah, blah, blah. And the cool thing about this is it can just run in the background, right? So it may be slower than you can do normally, but at the same time, you just assign different agents, different tasks inside the chat here. It's super easy to use. And then you can tell it what to do, right? So for example, here it's now searching for Claude Cowork to find relevant URLs, and then it's going to plug those into Notebook LM, right? So it's queried this, searched the web for it, found a bunch of URLs, and now what it's going to do is add these URLs to Notebook, like you can see. Now, sometimes it will come across these errors, but it just keeps going, right? So if it's struggling with something, it just keeps going and keeps working. So now it's going to add the website URLs, like you can see. So it's actually navigated to that section, and then it should begin to paste those in, right? So it's clicked inside, pasted the URLs that it found across the web about Claude Cowork, which, bear in mind, just came out yesterday. So it can work with like brand new data, brand new things, brand new research. It can search the web autonomously and then add these sources directly inside Notebook LM, right? Now what we can do is we can actually go inside Claude, right? We can say, okay, generate a video overview plus a podcast about this in Notebook LM, right? And we can just get the agent to actually control the browser to start working. You can also stop this whenever you want, and then you can add a new prompt if you want to just interrupt it. And now it should navigate to the audio overview and video overview section here. Yeah, you can see it's generating it. You can also see when the agent is controlling the browser because it has an orange border around the page. And so, you know, anything that's involving clicking buttons or just like something where you're waiting around for stuff, there's no point in you doing it anymore. You can just get Claude to do this for you. You can get Claude to generate audio overviews for you, videos. It could create infographics or flashcards, whatever. It can do research across the web, and then it can communicate directly with these other programs, right? Like you can see with Glam. Like Glam is a powerful media tool, but it does require a few clicks. And so you can just automate that with Claude Cowork, like you can see. Now, once those are generated, what you can actually do is just get it to download those inside your laptop, so it can communicate with both your laptop and your notebook directly. And it will just continue to monitor the progress until it's finally done. Now, once we're waiting for that to be done, let me show you a bunch of other cool stuff that you can do. So for example, here we said, organize my desktop for me. And it looked at all 40 screenshots, organized them into nice folders, and then said, clear my desktop, plus delete all the folders and files. It was done in 3 steps, right? Here's another one. So we actually created a website for the AI Profit Boardroom. If we open that up, it's a beautifully designed website, as you can see, and we just automated it with Claude Cowork, right? Some other examples. So you can actually write tweets. You can get it to tweet out for you. Now, the main thing to note here is like anything related to what your team can do, whether it's, for example, going on Twitter and posting content, or LinkedIn, or, for example, sending emails. Realistically, this is like a serious stage that we're at now where you can get the agent to do it for you. You don't need humans to post content anymore, right? And that's a big step that I think 99% of people don't even understand yet. So you can see here, I actually created the tweet, posted it, went onto X, logged in, create the content, and then here's the cool thing is that we reached 500 people without really doing anything. We just got Claude to work its magic, and then it actually gave us a link for the post we created. Here's another example. So we did a bunch of research called Cowork, and then it created a nice little report. So that was pretty cool. And then we created a budget tracker. We organized our downloads folder so that it was nicely organized, and it counted up the files, the size. And the cool thing about this as well, like you could easily get it to manage how much space you have on your laptop, right?
It's
So
like way too boring, way too fast. I mean, no, I can't do it, dude. Sorry. Well, maybe it's my ADD, guys. I'm sorry, but and I gotta be on screen too, because otherwise they'll come strike my video, and I'm not trying to have my video stricken by anybody. So let's find something more interesting than that, or at least more easier to understand. Shit. Polymarket 5-minute Bitcoin. Wow, that's so easy. It gives you the whole thing. Signal generation, portfolio risk management, therefore execution. So that's how he made this shit. My Claude script made me $2,410 in one night. It took me 4 hours to build the script. The bot turned 200 into 2,000. Wow. Average win rate 70%. This is not clickbait. It's a story about 5-minute Bitcoin script. My strategy, Claude, Opus 4.6. All you need. Speed over emotion.
War in Iran ends. These gas prices are too high. I hope this war in Iran ends. These gas prices are too high, and kids are being killed for no reason. Even the Trump administration cannot explain why they're at war in Iran right now. And I mean, like, the Epstein file seems to be as good of a reason as anyone else can figure out. So stop the war. So we're going to keep an eye on it. We're always going to be there to help you. We cut the gas tax once. We brought it down permanently afterwards. So we're going to be there to help with the cost of living. But right now, Donald Trump is public enemy number one when it comes to our economy and the average person keeping your head above water. So, yeah, that's my hope, is that the war stops.
Iran Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei reportedly in a coma after devastating airstrike and has also lost a leg. Trump said he will bomb the hospital probably. Yeah, but no, it's just a bullshit account. If it is, I've already heard this news already, so it's true though. B-52 bombers. Ooh, these was when it started wobbling. Man.
Bro, you niggas that be doing that whole ass YouTube videos about the cheating niggas.
Bro, go on about your business, bro. Go on about your business, bro.
Fucking did my video on my partner.
Go on about your business, bro.
I remember that shit.
Bro, go on about your business, bro. All right, go on about your business, though.
Why you niggas go cheat some niggas? Fuck lame ass shit you niggas got going on.
What you talking about?
Bro, you know what I'm talking about.
Bro, go on about your business, bro. Go on about your business, bro.
Man, fuck all that. Nigga, you gonna make me go by my business?
Go on about your business, big dog.
I'm right here. I'm going to stand 10 toes, nigga.
Okay.
Nobody gonna make me move, nigga. You ain't
Okay.
the nigga.
Okay.
You know about that whole ass security shit, nigga.
All right.
What you gonna do, nigga? You gonna do
Why you doing all that, bro?
What you mean why I'm doing all that? Nigga got my father, him and his girlfriend get married. You just let them break up and some lame goofy ass.
I don't know what you talking about, bro. Go on about your business, bro. You doing all that talking, go on about your business, bro. Go on about your business, bro. Man, that's all right, go on about your business, bro. Better go on about your business, big dog. Okay. Okay.
Ain't shit gonna happen. This what you talking about.
Okay.
Tell me what you talking about.
What are you doing? What are you on?
Yeah, nigga, I know you ain't talking about nothing.
Go on about your business, bro.
Boy, that's some hoe ass shit.
Go on about your business, bro.
Man, what?
What you talking about then? What you talking about then? Bitch, what you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about?
He
Show my
wanted that.
nigga. Show bitch ass on. Show bitch ass on, nigga. Come about your business, nigga.
No, he wanted that shit. He wanted to talk a lot. He had a lot of patience.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you on?
Yeah, nigga, I know you ain't talking about nothing.
Go about your business, bro. Go about your business, bro. What you talking about then? What you talking about then? Nigga. Show bitch ass on. Show bitch ass on, nigga. Go about your business, nigga. You better do, nigga. Go about your motherfucking business, nigga. Real talk, nigga. Go about your...
Netanyahu's death has been confirmed. Wow. I told you guys, this is the off-ramp for Donald Trump. Donald, you better take this off-ramp. This is a golden ramp that has been given to you. Say that you're done with the war. You were pressured into it by Netanyahu. It's over, bro. Okay? That way you're not dead politically. You can keep moving forward and focus on the Epstein files. Okay? Period. Where's Raymond at? If you're feeling inclined, please donate and share. Bro, if you're feeling inclined, come join the show, nigga. If you're fucking feeling inclined, I ain't fucking feeling inclined to do nothing, nigga. If you ain't doing nothing for me, I ain't doing shit for you either. If you want to come up here and talk, cool. I told you guys Netanyahu was dead. And it was just a matter of confirming it. So it's been confirmed. Iran time, but I don't know if that's a good source, but let's see. Yeah, wanted for crimes against humanity. But he's dead, though. Live from hell. He's dead, bro. Last seen with 6 fingers. Yeah, it was the AI video. He's dead, bro. He died in Tel Aviv, too. Look at that. Wow. Let's see if it's confirmed. No, it's probably going to say no. No, this is false. Benjamin Netanyahu is alive. Okay, so he's alive still. Little fuck. That would have been an off-ramp for Trump, dude. I'm telling you. He's looking for one. He's looking for an off-ramp, and that would have been a golden one. So. Epstein files. Is that Lex Fletcher? Or is that him or what? They're trying to say that's him? Nah, whatever, dog. This video has been asking files going viral. People start to realize who that is. Like, what, right? I don't even know the motherfucker, and I knew it was him.
Him. Shut up, sit down, cash the checks. But Denzel Washington just lit the match. The box office titan says he's risking everything. career, fortune, reputation, because in his words, God is watching. And what he's seen inside Hollywood can't stay buried. This isn't gossip. It's not scandal. It's evil. Pure evil. Washington says the industry is crawling with predators and psychopaths, hiding behind premieres and philanthropy. Power brokers, untouchables, smiling monsters in designer suits. And now there's proof. A tape. Footage so vile that until now, it never left private rooms. It was whispered about. Traded like contraband among the elites. People who thought they were above the laws of the land and God's laws. But it slipped. Unsealed during Blake Lively's brutal court discovery. Sitting on her personal laptop. A file named Silk Noose. Locked hidden until it wasn't. What's on that video? Ellen DeGeneres. Cannibalism on camera. But it gets even worse. Because DeGeneres and her Hollywood pals were summoning Lucifer himself. And they succeeded. And in Hollywood, in locked screening rooms high in the hills, in private group chats that vanish after 24 hours, in late night gatherings where the curtains stay drawn, there is excitement. Not fear, excitement. Veteran insiders are drawing comparisons to Aleister Crowley's ceremonies from the early 20th century, calling this the first verifiable high-definition record in modern times. For some, it's a deranged fascination. For others, it's something that keeps them awake at night. As for Denzel Washington, he says, when the footage goes public, Hollywood doesn't just face scandal, it faces extinction. When the public finally grasps who these people truly serve, not some vague metaphor, not symbolic rebellion or edgy art, but something literal, ancient, and utterly opposed to everything decent, it will change everything. Studios will fall, careers vaporize, empires collapse overnight. We're the investigation team they couldn't kill. The same researchers who first exposed Pizzagate before the media gaslit the nation. The ones who decoded the Podesta emails while the world laughed. The ones who sat across from Justin Bieber when he was shaking, trying to warn anybody who would listen. They banned us from every platform. They raided our homes. They told you we were crazy. Now we're back with the one story that ties every thread together. We have 4K footage showing Ellen DeGeneres and other household names summoning the devil. And not just summoning, engaging in vile acts that will bring the entertainment industry to its knees. This is not a true crime podcast. This is the evidence drop the elite have nightmares about. Subscribe right now. Today, you'll see the evidence with your own eyes. To watch this video in full, please subscribe to me on X. Visit x.com/TPVSean and click on the subscribe button. For only $5 a month, you'll get to see exclusive videos only available to subscribers that deep dive into topics too controversial for the masses. I follow back all subscribers and regularly interact with all of you. Your subscription also really helps to keep me doing what I do.
Wow. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. So, yeah, that's why he's in a coma and missing a leg, I guess. They found him. Khomeini's son. Sorry, guys, I'm doing push-ups in between, so I'm out of breath a little bit here. Oh, let's hear this idiot. Mr. fucking power-hungry, blood-thirsty fuck.
Because you.
No,
And I mean,
he blamed the media yesterday. Couldn't believe it. This guy, on the other hand, if Iran attacks America with terrorism, Iran will be Japan 1945. Yeah, well, no shit.
Non-algorithm. I'm gonna show you how to use robots to trade Polymarket for you.
That's
so first things first, I have 10 cents left in my account because I got a bunch to claim here. So you can see I have a bunch of bots running. I've helped a lot of people do this. You can see 178% return, 163% return, 50% return, 150% return, 52% return, 96% return, 150%. You get the point here, 186, 170% return. So I'm going to show you in this short training exactly how to build your own trading bot for Polymarket, because I think just like trading on with stocks or futures or crypto, this gets a little emotional. And if you can remove the emotions out of your trading, you're going to be a much better trader. And that's just been proven over and over and over again by the best traders in the world. They are all algorithmic traders. And let's just make that easy. They build trading bots. I mean, you look at Jim Simons, he ran up a net worth of $31 billion. And he did it 100% based off of trading bots. And we have an opportunity that he never had. He did not have access to Polymarket. Polymarket is very cool because at the end of the day, we're able to trade on what's the highest temperature in Seattle. Will the highest temperature in Paris be? Will Elon Musk post 140? You know, these things are awesome. So lock in, make sure to sub, and we will go ahead and show you step by step exactly how to build your own bot. You can see I'm just processing my withdrawals here, or not withdrawals, but my claims. So I have enough cash to show you absolutely everything throughout this. Lock in. I'm Moondev. I build trading bots chasing the same edge Jim Simons used to build a net worth.
Okay, we're about to learn how to trade, guys. Actually, how to make bots trade for us and make money while we sleep. Here we go. Passive income.
Of $31 billion. But I believe code is the great equalizer. And these people figured that out. The real people, real profits, hundreds of them. I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to trust them. Moondev.com/Discord. Message anyone. Ask them yourself. Become a friend. All right, so let's get this live first off. So I got the Polymarket bot. I'll explain it here in a second. I got a couple things to explain actually, and all the code is already on the website. I'll show that to you later as well. Python run it. Okay, double Python, that's not going to work. Let's say Python run it here. And then you can see, okay, Moondev configuration here, Hyperliquid balance. Okay, there's a balance there. You can see here, it's looking for a liquidation range of 25,000 to 100,000. And then it's going to have an inverse hedge. Oh, interesting. 3x leverage. I didn't even think about that. I need to think about that. Total exposure per trade, 25. No trade history thus far. So the bot is live. You can see there's been BTC licks of $914 on the long side. And then on the short side, there has not been any liquidation. So what this tells me is this, dude. Well, you don't even know the strategy. So I should probably just tell you the strategy first. So let's go ahead and dive into the strategy real quick. So this is an idea. It's not guaranteed to work by any means. I'm just a data dog like yourself, testing ideas. And you know my process now. It's the RBI process, research, backtest, and then implement. So let's go to trending. What about ending soon? How do we get there? It's the 5-minute market, so crypto. I don't even know how to get there, dude. Here we go. 5-minute up or down. So I'm only trading this, and you can see she's waiting 84 seconds. So she's probably waiting by now. Anyways, essentially what it's looking for. Okay, you can see new 5-minute window. So I can see when the people get liquidated, right? So I can see their positions and when they get liquidated. So right here, this guy's getting liquidated for $4.4 million when the price goes down 0.6%. So when my thing sees there's a bunch of liquidations, you can see there's only $914 of liquidations. Okay, but this guy literally gets liquidated for $4.4 million in 0.6%. So if the price goes down a little bit, my thing should show much more. You can see it's 5,400 liquidations. It's breaking down a little bit. Okay, the price is going down. Okay, that's what it's saying, dude. It's not going down, but there were liquidations. It is what it is. This is the data from the exchanges. I get this on my API, all exchanges endpoint. A lot of you guys have the access to that already. But the strategy is when there's a bunch of liquidations, it's going to assume there's going to be more liquidations. You can see the price went up and then there was a short liquidation, $142.
Damn.
So not only can I see people's positions, I can see when they get liquidated. So that's 2 useful data points that took me multiple years to get to. So I'm glad you're here today because you just sped run like 2, 3, 4 years. I'm on year 5 here. but none of these bots are just plug and play by any means. These are just ideas. And like I said, I did put the code already here on the roadmap. A lot of you guys have this roadmap. And if you don't have the roadmap, just give it to people who go up at the Zooms. A lot of people get the Zooms for free. The links are somewhere around here. But the Zoom calls we do every day, you guys, I just keep trying to reward you as much as possible. Moondev.com.
Wow.
You can just see that there's a link in the description or whatever. It's Zoom, 8 to 10 a.m. I answer all questions in the Zoom chat, and I give you a bunch of bonuses. And one of those bonuses, you get the Hyperliquid Data API, what I'm using here for this, but also the algo trading roadmap. So you get the app, the AI, the API. And in that roadmap here, if you scroll down, I'm going to keep doing this. If you just type in code below, I'll keep doing this. I don't know if you guys are interested in me dropping code. So just in the comments, whatever, put code, and that will kind of be a signal to me that you guys do like when I drop code inside the roadmap like this. And like I said, you get the roadmap when you do show up to the Zoom, and you can see all of everything's explained about this idea and this bot. Of course, it's not plug and play, but I do give you all my code here. So I'm also scrolling through all the code right now in case you're a broke boy and you don't want to join the $5 Zoom. It is what it is. Let me scroll through all of it. Explain the idea here, but there's something I need to tell you that's crazy. So I'll have AI explain it because she explains it better than me. But okay, so the idea behind this strategy, and you're seeing all the code here for free on YouTube because I believe code is a great equalizer. But essentially what it's doing is it's saying, hey, there's been some liquidations here. You can see 4,500 liquidations. Once there's 25,000 liquidations, and that's an arbitrary number. I did not test that. That's just an idea. That's a guess. Once there's 25,000 liquidations, let me go ahead and take the trade here. So if it's short liquidations, that means price is going up. I want to buy up. If it's long liquidations, that means price is going down. I want to buy down. Does that work? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm just a researcher just like you. So if I give you all the code that I took a long time to build, then boom, you can go ahead and test out your own ideas. Somebody asked me this morning, Moon, you found something that prints on the 15-minute market? And I said, no, I think it's gambling the 15-minute market. So what do you think I think about the 5-minute market? He said he's almost at the verge of finding something profitable on the 15-minute poly market, which is crazy because he's been building with me here in this Zoom for multiple weeks now. So my thesis is coming true. I believe code is a great equalizer. And if I share absolutely every single line of code in somewhat way, whether it's verbally or please don't just copy paste and run this, but this is hard work. This is years and years of work. You can see it has Hyperliquid stuff in here. And that's because I use Hyperliquid in this strategy. I mentioned the first part of the strategy, but I only want to tell the whole strategy to people who are actually locked in. So now that you've been here for a few minutes, you know the first part of the strategy now, right? It's a momentum strategy based on liquidation. So when somebody gets liquidated up to $25,000, okay, between 25 and 100,000, that's my arbitrary numbers I put there. Let's go ahead and say it's going to have some momentum. Remember, it's only 5-minute markets, so this is a quick trade. That being said, the second half of the trade is a little hedge with Hyperliquid. So on the other side of this trade, if I'm long, I'll be short on Hyperliquid. That's why I'm giving you all my Hyperliquid code here as well. Like I said, the link is in the description if you want to just have access to all this. But I'll see you guys tomorrow at the Zoom, but I need to go ahead and talk about this really quickly because this is insane. This is insane. If you think 40x leverage is insane and you think trading with 40x leverage is kind of crazy, well, these markets are even more crazy.
Wow.
You can see this guy's using 40x leverage, 40x leverage, 40x leverage. I rarely see people have success with that much leverage. So I'm not a big believer in that much leverage, 40x. Now let's talk about what these 15-minute markets are. That's 1400x. And on these 5-minute markets, it's effectively, she said, it's effectively 5-minute leverage.
Damn. $1,400.
Is 2,425x leverage. So the 5-minute binary markets, you're looking at roughly 2,425 effective leverage. Not 40x leverage, 2,500, dude. That's crazy. Here's a simple breakdown. You put up, say, $100 at 50x leverage. That controls $5,000 worth of BTC. This is on Hyperliquid, just to get you caught up to speed here. What this means, this 50x leverage, 40x leverage, 2,000x leverage. If BTC moves 0.1% in 15 minutes, you make $5. So you risked $100 to make $5. That's a 5% return on your money. Now on Polymarket, the 15-minute binaries, and remember, we're doing 3x more leverage than this because we're using the 5-minute markets now, and it's crazy. So be careful. You put $100 betting BTC goes up in 15 minutes. The odds are roughly 50-50, right? On Polymarket, it's a binary market. So you're paying about $50 for a contract that pays $100. If BTC goes up even 1 cent, you doubled your money, 100% return. That's the key difference. On Hyperliquid, your profit is proportional to how much price moves. Small move equals small profit. On a binary bet, you either win or lose the full amount. It doesn't matter if BTC goes up 0.001% or 5%. You get paid the same. The size of the move is irrelevant. Only the direction matters. So in those 15 minutes where BTC barely moves and Hyperliquid trader makes 5% on their levered position, the binary trader who called the direction makes 100%. That's where the 1400% comes from. The binary pays you as if the move was massive, even when it was just tiny. Why it gets even crazier on 5 minutes? In 5 minutes, BTC moves even less than in 15 minutes. So the Hyperliquid trader makes even less on the tiny move, but the binary trader, which is Polymarket, still gets paid the full amount for being right. The smaller the time frame, the smaller the expected move. So the more the binary payout dwarfs what you'd make regular leverage trade, that's why the effective leverage jumps from 1400 to 2400. TLDR, binary bets, you pay a fixed amount for being right about the direction. Regular leverage pays you based on how far the price moves. On short time frames, price barely moves. So regular leverage makes pennies while binary bets pays dollars. The gap is the effective leverage. Now, what are the pros and cons of this? I mean, this is probably getting a lot of people excited having that much leverage, but I hate that much leverage. 40x leverage is too much. So 2,400x leverage is way too much. That being said, edge is edge. And if you have an edge and you can use 2,400x leverage, run it up, right? And I do love the premise here that you get 100% back, right? If a 0.001% move, while Hyperliquid people will be over there like tripping over the charts all day, you got 5 minutes in and out, you can make 100%. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's something crazy about these markets, dude. Okay, and we got her cooking on the server over here as well. Let's see what she said. She said the tick data endpoint already supports 30 and 60-day durations, but there's no access control getting longer. Okay. Are you sure then, Shorty? Because historical data here. Are you sure you don't have the 60 days? Because my server just said you do. Referring to the tick data. Okay, let's see what she says here. And you already have all the code and everything. So yeah, just let me know code below if you do want me to keep dropping the code on a website like that. So exactly, Moon Devin, that's the right way to think about it. Here's the honest breakdown pros. Defined risk. You can never lose more than your bet. On Hyperliquid at 50x, a bad move can liquidate your whole account. On a binary, you lose what you put in. No liquidation cascades, no funding rates eating you alive overnight. I'm kind of convincing myself on these markets as I'm trying to say it's sketch. I kind of like that. It's 5 minutes in and out.
Right.
What are the fees these days? Polymarket just implemented bigger fees to these 15-minute markets. What are they exactly? Can you do your research and give me the precise amount of fees, entry and exit, and what that is compared to Hyperliquid's fees? Thank you.
This is awesome.
While I'm trying to say it's way too much leverage, I'm just like, 5 minutes. So you can make a bet on 5-minute markets, be in and out, and then you can hit 100% and you could hit more than 100%. I mean, if you buy low enough, but yeah, these can be like hundreds of percent. You saw at the start of this, to claim like 150%, 200%, 300%.
Yeah, this is dope.
Defined risk. You can never lose more than you bet. Edge amplification. If your ML model predicts 5-minute direction at 53% accuracy on Hyperliquid, that tiny edge barely makes you anything because the moves are so small. On a binary, that same 53% edge prints money. Dude, this is actually interesting now because you and I I mean, we could do this today. We could figure this out today. Just let me know. Let me know below, dude. Let me know. Put Polymarket below or something. I mean, if y'all want me to cook on Polymarket, I can cook everywhere, dude. I got bots running everywhere currently. So it's just about, for me, it's like, where do I focus the time and the energy? I like this though now. It's funny. I always do this.
Sure.
I come into these trainings here with one mindset and I leave with another. But that's literally what you're supposed to do in life. You gotta hold your opinions loosely, right? You can prove them
Be open-minded.
differently, prove it differently.
Gotta be open-minded.
This is a falling fin. Complexity. Personal computer destroys.
Speaking of AI, okay, this is a AI model that runs 19 models at the same time on a Mac Mini. It works while you sleep. No brain. 19 each one. Let's see.
He just dropped something that could kill every app on your computer. It works.
Same guy.
While you sleep, it builds stuff for you automatically. And honestly, it makes OpenClaw look like a toy. This is not a drill. Let me break it down. So right now, AI is kind of dumb, not the models, the way we use them. You open a chat, you type something, you get a response, then you copy it, paste it, do something with it, and repeat over and over. That is not the future. That is a fancy search bar. But what if your computer could just do the work for you? Not answer questions, actually finish projects like a real employee. That is what Perplexity just built. And it is called the Perplexity Personal Computer. Now, before I get into how insane this thing is, let me tell you why this matters for you. Because if you run a business, if you create content, if you do anything online, this changes everything. And I am going to show you exactly how it works, what it can do, and why it might replace the way we use computers forever. But first, let me explain what this thing actually is. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below. So here is the deal. The Perplexity Personal Computer is not an app. It is not a chatbot. It is a full AI system that runs on a Mac Mini, 24/7, always on, always working. Think of it like this. You go to bed, you wake up, and your AI has already done a bunch of tasks for you. Research, reports, websites, whatever you told it to do, done. Now, how does it do that? Simple. It breaks your task into smaller pieces. Then it sends each piece to a different AI model, not one model, around 19 different models, all working together. So if you say something like, build me a website for my business, here is what happens. One model researches your competitors, another one designs the layout, another one writes the copy, another one makes the images, and then it publishes the whole thing all by itself. No clicking, no dragging, no switching between apps. The AI does it all. And that right there is why people are losing their minds over this. Now, here is where it gets even crazier. This thing has access to your actual files, your folders, your apps, everything on your Mac. So it is not just doing stuff in the cloud somewhere. It is working directly on your computer. That means it can organize your files, rename stuff, build presentations, summarize your emails, all from your actual machine. That's a huge deal because up until now, AI was stuck inside a chat window. Now it is inside your computer. And I know what you are thinking, Julian, that sounds dangerous. And you are right to think that because that is exactly what happened with OpenClaw. So let me talk about OpenClaw for a second. OpenClaw had this idea of AI agents that could control your computer, cool concept, but it had big problems, security issues. The AI would sometimes delete files, run unsafe commands, do things you did not ask it to do. Not great. Perplexity looked at all of that and said, we can do better. So they added real safety features. You get a confirmation step before any sensitive action. There are audit logs, so you can see everything the AI did. There is a kill switch if something goes wrong. And the AI runs in isolated environments, so it cannot mess up your whole system. That is a massive upgrade because now you get the power of an autonomous AI agent, but with actual guardrails. Now, if you want to learn how to use AI tools like this to automate your business and save hundreds of hours, you need to check out the AI Profit Boardroom. It is the best place to scale your business, get more customers, and build real AI automations. If this Perplexity personal computer stuff excites you, imagine having a whole community and full SOPs showing you how to set up systems like this step by step. Link is in the description and comments. Okay, so let me show you some real use cases because this is where it gets fun. Use case number one, you run a startup, you need a landing page. Instead of hiring a designer and a copywriter and a developer, you just tell the Perplexity personal computer, build me a SaaS landing page. It researches the market, generates the design, writes the words, and puts it live. That's wild. Use case number 2, content creation. You could literally say, create a YouTube video about AI agents, and the system would research the topic, write the script, generate visuals, and start putting the video together. Now, is it going to be perfect? Probably not yet. But the fact that it can even attempt that is insane. Use case number 3, personal assistant stuff. Summarize all my emails from today, organize my downloads folder, create a slide deck from this document. These are boring tasks that eat up hours of your day. And now an AI can just handle them while you focus on the stuff that actually matters. Now let me talk about the thing that makes this truly different from everything else out there. It is the multi-model system. Most AI tools use one model. ChatGPT uses GPT. Claude uses Claude. That is it. One brain for everything. Perplexity said no, one brain is not enough. So they built a system that uses around 19 models. Each one is a specialist. One is great at reasoning. One is great at coding. One is great at research. One handles images. One handles video. Think of it like a company. You have got a CEO at the top. That is the main Perplexity system. And below it, you have employees. Each one has a specific job. The CEO assigns tasks to the right employee, and they all work together to get the project done. That is way more powerful than one model trying to do everything. And that is why this thing can handle on a complex multi-step projects that would take a single AI model forever. Now, here is the part that really blows my mind. This system is always on. It runs 24/7 on your Mac Mini. That means it is not waiting for you to open an app and type something. It is just working continuously, like a digital employee that never sleeps, never takes breaks, and never complains. While you are sleeping, your personal computer could be monitoring markets, analyzing documents, building apps, writing reports, and managing tasks, all of it, without you lifting a finger. And I think that is the real shift here. We are going from AI as a tool to AI as a worker. That is a completely different thing. A tool waits for you. A worker just gets stuff done. So let me compare this directly to OpenClaw. There's a lot of people are asking, is this better? Here is how I see it. Multi-model system. Perplexity has it. OpenClaw does not. Security controls. Perplexity has real ones. OpenClaw is still catching up. Persistent workers that run all the time. Perplexity has it. OpenClaw only does it partially. Local file access. Perplexity gives full access. OpenClaw is limited. Enterprise level security. Perplexity built it in. OpenClaw has not. So yeah, on paper, Perplexity wins in almost every category. Now, does that mean OpenClaw is dead? No, competition is good. But Perplexity definitely raised the bar here by a lot. Now, here is what I think happens next. This is the beginning of AI computers becoming normal. Right now, it feels crazy, but in a year or two, everyone is going to have something like this. Your computer will not just store your files, it will work on them automatically all the time. We are talking about AI that runs companies, builds apps, automates all the boring knowledge work that takes up most of our day. And the people who start learning this stuff now are going to have a massive advantage. So if you want to stay ahead of all of this, if you want to use tools like the Perplexity personal computer to actually grow your business and save time, join the AI Profit Boardroom. We break down every new AI tool, show you exactly how to use it, and give you the automations to plug into your business right away. This Perplexity update is just the start. The link is in the description, and do not sleep on this. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You will get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 38,000 members who are crushing it with AI. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment below. Julian reads every single one. I will see you in the next video.
All right. Interesting. This is for more
to use TradingView because there's this one hack, not hack. I'm not a hacker, bro. Anyways, there's this one thing I do like about TradingView. I don't like the backtester, so I don't use it for backtesting. I don't like looking at these charts. I don't like putting lines on these charts. I don't like much about TradingView, but I do like this. As an algorithmic trader, my process that I follow is research, backtest, and then implement. Research, backtest, implement, RBI. So I'm always coming up with new ideas. And then I'm back testing those ideas to see if they work in the past. If they work in the past, they may work in the future. And I build a little trading bot to test it out.
Make it. I just ain't know how. But I knew this world is what you make it. You create your own environment. It all starts with a vision. What you can imagine, you can create.
Well, you can imagine, you can create. So I was imagining this yesterday or the day before. And since I'm always coming up with new ideas, one of the best uses I've ever seen of TradingView, dude. And they got me to upgrade, actually. They got me to upgrade. I'm a payer. I'm not looking at the charts. I'm not putting lines on the charts, though. I would rather use an indicator as a backtest as an indicator than lines. So the cool thing is every indicator they have, or most of them, you can go to like the editor's picks, the top, the trending, the store. You can buy them if you want. But as a developer, it's pretty cool because you can go here and you can click source code. And then it gives you all the code. So I can take this code and then backtest it. Or add it to a system that I know works.
I don't know much about that.
System I think.
All right, so let's see. I made an Anthropic script. Spent 10 hours building the bot, but when I woke up, I saw profit was satisfied. The bot shows an average win rate of 71%. My strategy cloud, all you need. My strategy plus cloud is, yeah, so you just paste this.
It just needs a little help.
His strategy, and you can do the same thing. Go to Google Trends, click any trend topic, turn it into a short news video with AI, post it and monetize the views. No degree, no experience, just internet consistency. Yeah, I mean, it's really that simple, guys. Like, it really is. Trendsgoogle.com. Click trending now. Click on any trending. Click on any article. Copy the article link. Go to invideo.io for it to make a video. Sign up for free. You get for all. Click news video. Paste the article link here. Paste the article title here. InVideo will create a viral video. A viral video, bro. Download the video, go to YouTube and upload the video. And that's it, dude. Look at that. That's it. And you're making money. Dang, bro. Tool that removes censorship from any AI model. One command, fully automatic, no expertise. Huh. That's pretty cool. Just tell your agent to install these. Okay, so the best OpenClaw skills. I need to save this. I sent it to my brother because it's some good info, man. So some of them are okay. So OpenClaw has 500. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Hi, guys. Hey, guys. All right. So best OpenClaw skills. OpenClaw has 500 plus skills on Claw Hub. These are the ones that actually get used daily for real automation, dev workflows, browser control, and knowledge management. So GitHub, Claw Hub, install GitHub, manage, create issues, review PRs, search repos, and commits directly from agents. Agent Mail, Claw Hub, install Agent Mail, give agents real email. Automation workflows. Wow. So you can do all these plugins. It gives you the plugins. That's awesome. I don't know why you need a few weeks for, but okay, bro. I'll give you your 4 weeks. Somebody don't want to get on camera with me to chop it up about business. I'm giving him the opportunity. He don't want to come up here. It simulates thousands of possible Bitcoin scenarios, then instantly trades the real market on Polymarket. Wow, 125K, no, 12K per day. Bullshit. It's crazy, dude. That's wild. I wish I knew how to do a lot of this shit that I don't know how to do yet. OpenClaw. How to make money with OpenClaw, the complete guide. This is all you need, guys. If you guys ain't making money, don't tell. I don't want to hear that people are broke out there. Okay? I don't want to hear anybody that's broke out there. So let's see GitHub. I want to see if this GitHub, how this works. Okay. GitHub. Yeah, I'm gonna download that. So what you need to get started handles the rest. Typically 5 to 20 minutes. Setup is easier than most people expect. You need modern computer, Mac, a Claude or GPT-4 subscription, and Telegram, a one-click installer, OpenClaw.ai. Yeah, see, this looks like Chinese to me, bro. Versus total. Okay, I see. Yeah, see, this shit's Chinese to me, brother. Wish I could explain this more in depth to you guys, but 6 months. All right, so the 6 income strategies. Strategy one, AI powered freelance services. $30 to $500 per project. Strategy 2, build and sell skill on ClawHub. $5 to $100 per skill. Automation as a service for business. $200 to $800 a month. Content production at scale. Scales. So yeah, ways to make money, man, very easily. Very easily with these new AI agents. Wow, let's see what this guy did. Find where Polymarket is mispriced. This is what I built to do that. What does? Wow, gold at 3,000.
Massive updates happening across the globe. There's a
Hey, maybe
shift
this guy can explain it
in
better.
the way that economies and the world is moving. In fact, there's this video that was just released of military equipment being moved in preparation for what is expected to be one of the largest global firefights for the purpose of opening the Strait of Hormuz and essentially opening fuel back to the world. Now, this is going to lead to a massive financial disruption. And this is no longer hidden news. In fact, there was a leaked report that discusses XRP settlement for global transactions starting out of Japan. And it's interesting because there were reports that Iran was going to allow fuel that is paid in Japanese yen only to be able to cross from the Strait of Hormuz all the way to the rest of the world. This also comes at a critical time when a report was published, an article was published about the UAE.
Okay, this is important. I'm gonna share this. Okay, so yeah, that was sharing. Okay, so let me go. I just went back. Let me go to where it was.
And that is that the fall of the US dollar is coming. And I think this has been planned for a very long time. In fact, when the president of the United States, Trump, came into power back about a year and a half ago or so, he made one thing very clear on his first couple days in office, and that is an XRP strategic reserve. It sounds like a fairy tale and it sounds like something crazy that would never happen, but it did in fact happen. Shortly after that, the SEC's lawsuit was thrown and Ripple became the first and only asset and company that has a currency that was very clearly, according to the US,
I hope you guys grabbed XRP like I told you to.
judicial system, justice system, not a security and a currency. And this was followed by large investments from bankers, including SBI, which is one of the largest banks in Japan, that made it very clear that XRP was their currency of choice. In fact, at some time, almost all of the Japanese banks were using XRP for transactions across borders. Now, what also happened behind the scenes was a test of a US dollar-backed currency on the XRP ledger. Now, this was done in a very small country which didn't have their own currency, so they were using the US dollar, and the test became public a few years ago. And again, a lot of people missed this, but in fact, it happened. In fact, the Republic of Palau launched a US dollar-backed Palau stablecoin in the next phase of collaboration with Ripple on the XRP ledger. Now, this was critical because it was the test for the US to be able to use this currency in backing up a CBDC, central bank digital currency, on the XRP ledger. Now, the critical and the important thing in all of this is this CBDC, central bank digital currency, would be backed by a strategic reserve or XRP. That's the only way things operate on the XRP ledger. Essentially, you trade the stable coin, the US dollar stable coin, for XRP every time there's a transaction, and XRP gets burnt in the process. Now, you need to watch this video to the end because we're going to talk about how the Federal Reserve cannot issue a CBDC and it became only XRP. But let's continue on with the sequence of events. Ripple then announced a CBDC platform for the next level of digitization. In fact, in order for them to be able to do that, they actually ended up buying some CBDC company, platform company. Now, this led to one more item that needed to be tested. Essentially, Ripple needs to have a bank that is able to issue XRP currency or XRP-backed currency on through to people. When you work, you get paid on a certain type of currency, currently the US dollar or some sort of fiat. That fiat goes through your bank and you get, or through the company bank, and then it goes into your account. This system needs to function. Ripple got a banking license and they also got a Federal Reserve master account, which allows them to be able to facilitate that. Now we got to see the other end of the spectrum in terms of payment for people's services. Now, this is very interesting because a project launched on the XRP ledger going after one of the largest industries in the United States. But also it's very interesting because it's one of the most hated industry and an industry very closely correlated to banking. And if you haven't guessed it, yes, that's right, it's the mainstream media industry. The industry that Donald Trump and every single current public figure basically ditches and talks negatively of. The XRP ledger launched a decentralized media platform that allows basically journalists, citizens, to be able to publish articles and news and get paid for it right on the XRP ledger. The two things. First of all,
It is a big deal because it shifted the way the media is playing the narrative, the banking narrative. But more importantly, people didn't need the banks. And this started out as supposedly some small project, backed by a token on the XRP ledger that had a very little supply, about 500 million tokens. It's interesting because I had seen it at the time and it was under 1 penny. In fact, I think it was part of a penny or something along those lines. But quickly I noticed that some of the XRP ledger infrastructure was being used in order to support this decentralized media platform. In fact, one of the largest node providers for the XRP ledger, and if you know anything about nodes, these are basically the entities that validate the transactions on the XRP ledger. So they're a critical part of the technology that Ripple uses. One of the largest providers of these nodes is called GetBlocks. Now, GetBlocks is pretty huge. They have partnerships with Polygon, Lossless, Tangem, ZitX, Trust Wallet, Droplet, among a number of many others. Now, GetBlocks released a statement saying that they're working with a case study for the XRP ledger scaling for Ban Exchange, or the platform that basically is supported by this BXE token. This was published less than about a month or so ago. Ban Exchange demonstrating real-world high-volume utility on the XRP ledger, with decentralized media now operating fully on-chain, powered by the BXE token. And this platform quickly grew on the XRP ledger to now over 416 journalists. Not only that, a little bit after, there was a launch of a credit card that was powered by Bitmart for BXE token on the XRP ledger. This is very interesting because the company that supported this card, the infrastructure for this credit card, is actually Visa. And Visa does some 257 billion, that's right with a B, transactions every single year. These transactions through BXE, if they were to happen on the XRP ledger, which BXE is only on the XRP ledger, would mean massive amounts of XRP being burned. It also means that the price of BXE at 2 cents is insane. The reason I say it's insane is because if you look at the total supply of Solana currently, it's about 600 and some million tokens. Solana is sitting at $80. So BXE, which currently has a supply of only 480 million, so about 200 or so million less than Solana, if it was to hit same market cap as Solana token, we're talking a jump from 2 cents over to over $120. Now, obviously, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying you should invest in it. I mean, I'm excited about it. But the point is, there's massive potential in what is happening. But things are not even done yet. There was a House meeting that was set to determine whether the Federal Reserve could launch their own CBDC, central bank digital currency. What happened in this meeting is that basically the Federal Reserve was told you are not allowed to launch your own CBDC, central bank digital currency, to back the US dollar, which could only mean one thing. There has to be a central bank digital currency, but it cannot be launched by the Federal Reserve, but it still has to follow Federal Reserve regulation. And guess what? Ripple is one of the only companies that has a Federal Reserve master account and a banking license, which basically got preliminary approval, which means it can only be launched on the XRP ledger. This is massive. And obviously it's massive for the XRP ledger and for XRP as a whole, because with every single transaction on the XRP ledger, XRP gets burned. To top that off, remember the BXE token I was talking about a little while ago? Well, they're going to be transacting the largest single transaction burn of BXE token on the XRP ledger on April 1st. Now, remember what I said, this token had a total supply of about 480 million tokens, and now does about 416 actual journalists publishing right and getting paid right on chain. This could put a whole lot of pressure right on the XRP ledger. Obviously is insane for the BXE token, given the low supply. But this also could mean things.
Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani. If it's Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani.
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That'd be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence, perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran. So I'm signing.
I can't believe you're even allowed to say shit like that, bro. Like, I just don't get it, dude. No Limit. Yeah, I've been following, dude, but wow. More sellers than buyers. Fuck, man. The futures market is lying to you. Wow. It's a good person to follow right there. No limit games. Can't be real. It's real. Ayatollah Assahola. That's fucking hilarious, bro. You gotta admit that's just funny. All right, what do we got?
Uncommon confirms several U.S. military bases are experiencing.
Okay, so this is the PSYOP. Get ready for the PSYOP. We don't know.
And the hits just keep on coming. Confirms several U.S. military bases are experiencing internal revolt as huge number of soldiers are refusing to go to the battlefield and die for Israel. Love it. This will have devastating impact on Pentagon and the White House. Internal revolt is the first time to be experienced.
But there's always an asshole, and assholes ready to go to war. So trust me, there'll be enough people.
No.
Guy in Florida asked ChatGPT to sell his house, not help him sell it. Pricing, marketing, showing, contract, everything. Sold in 5 days. The average real estate takes 6% commission on a $400,000 house. That's $24,000.
Rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien.
Fucking awesome, dude. Let me try that shit. I'm selling my house right now. Fuck out of here. With the war, war, oil, and escapism. Let's talk about that. Open with the U.S.-Israel attack on Iran and the concern about the border, regional fallout, then pivot into why audiences lean harder on movies. Yeah, okay. It's a good idea. I don't know if I like it, though. Let me see, though. I'm trying to sell my fucking house. Sell it for me. Okay, so I'm using Perplexity and see what it comes up with. That's gonna be funny if it actually tries to do it. One list, zero confusion, no fluff. I've already done all the hard work for you. Complete AI learning document. What's inside videos? Okay. Agenetic AI, real world breakdown, Stanford plus more. Wow. Where did he put that though? Oh, it's right here. Great list to have, man. I have to bookmark this. This plug is the 5th series. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's keep on going, guys. Sorry. Google anti-gravity full course. 2 hours, full course, anti-gravity. Who wants to learn about anti-gravity? All right, let's do it. My mom's calling me. I'll
Needed.
be back.
Just tell it what you want, and AI agents do everything. I'm talking landing pages, automation tools, full websites in minutes. This is the future, and I'm showing you everything. And listen, what I'm about to show you is probably the most powerful AI tool that's come out this year, and most people have no idea it exists yet, which means you're early, really early. And that matters because the people who learn this first are going to have a massive advantage over everyone else. Google just released something called anti-gravity, and it's not like ChatGPT. It's not like Claude. It's not even like the other AI coding tools you've heard of. This is completely different. This is Google's secret weapon, powered by their Gemini 3 models. And it doesn't just write code, it builds entire projects autonomously, like having a full development team working for you around the clock, except it's AI agents and they don't sleep, they don't take breaks, they just build. I'm talking full websites, landing pages that actually convert automation systems that save you hours every single day, custom apps, tools, dashboards, everything. And here's what makes this absolutely insane. You don't need to know how to code, not even a little bit. You just tell it what you want in plain English, like you're talking to a person, and it builds the entire thing right in front of you with screenshots proving it works, with tests to make sure nothing breaks, with documentation explaining everything. Is like magic, except it's real and it's available right now. Now, here's why you need to watch this entire course, because I'm not just going to show you the basics. I'm going to show you everything, the stuff nobody else is talking about yet, how to set it up properly so it actually works, how to use the different modes, how to make the agents work together, how to build complex projects step by step, how to troubleshoot when things go wrong, how to optimize for speed, how to use the advanced features that multiply your results. And most importantly, I'm going to build real projects with you live on screen so you can see exactly how this works in the real world. By the end of this course, you're going to be able to build things you never thought possible without hiring anyone, without learning to code, without spending months trying to figure it out. You're going to have a superpower. And in a world where AI is moving this fast, that superpower is going to separate you from everyone else who's still doing things the old way, the slow way, the expensive way. Let's go. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below. So today I'm going to show you how to vibe code with anti-gravity. So this is a free tool from Google that allows you to code with, for example, Claude or Gemini or all these other tools to build apps, tools, games, websites, pretty much anything that you can think of, you can build anti-gravity. And so what you can do is inside anti-gravity, you can code out different things you want to. So for example, this was actually a quiz, and then you can get the AI agent to test and code with you. And this is changing how people build tools, websites, dashboards, and automations. And here's the crazy part. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to hire developers. You don't need to spend months learning technical stuff. You just tell it what you want in plain English. Then multiple AI agents work together to build this stuff out for you. So one agent will write the code, another agent tests it, another agent fixes bugs, and they even take screenshots and videos to show you what they did. So today I'm going to show you exactly how it works. We're going to test it live right here. We're going to build some tools together you can actually use inside your business. Things like lead trackers, content, dashboards, client portals, all built with AI. And I'm going to give you the exact prompts that we use, plus a 30-day plan to go from zero to building your own business tools, even if you've never written a single line of code in your life. This This is brand new. We're testing it live, see what it can do. Let's get straight into it. If you haven't used it before, this is how it works. If we say, for example, okay, test this out, and this is the quiz we actually built out previously, we're actually going to get the AI agent to now test out this quiz live, and it will just click buttons and work on testing out this tool that it built in the background, right? So you can see it's just launching, running terminal commands, hosting this locally, etc., and then locating this, right? And now it's launched the AI browser, and it's going to navigate to the project that's built offline. So this is the tool that's built. This is a quiz, and it's actually going to use that quiz and start using it directly here. Again, I'm not touching this. I'm not messing around with this. It's just going off and doing everything. All right. So if we hit confirm, so it's actually going to start analyzing the page, start videoing the screen, and then using this to test it out. All right. So today, what I'm going to show you is the Goldie Gravity Launch Framework. And this is my favorite and personal framework for building business automation tools with AI agents. Here's why it works. Most people think building apps takes months. They think you need developers. They think you need to understand programming. None of that is true anymore, right? With Google Anti-Gravity, you become an architect, right? So you tell AI agents what to build. They do the heavy lifting, and you just guide them and approve their work. And this framework has 5 phases. So liftoff. So days 1 to 7, you're going to get the tool set up and learn the basics. Days 8 to 14, this is a 30-day plan. You're going to learn how to build first your simple tools, right? Phase 3, days 15 to 21, you create more complex business tools. Phase 4, days 22 to 28, you test everything and refine. And then phase 5 is like scaling, right? So days 29 to 30, you want to deploy and use this inside your actual business. All right. So for example, let me show you how this works. These are some real tools I actually want for my own business. For example, for the AI Profit Boardroom, I want like a member progress dashboard, right? A tool that shows new members what to do first. It tracks their progress through the community, shows leaderboards and achievements. All right. So what I can do is I can go into Anti-Gravity. We can open up a new window, which will open up a new project. We'll click on open folder. We'll type in member dashboard. We're going to close this other one over here. And then we're going to go back to Anti-Gravity, open up that folder for the dashboard, as you can see. And what you can see here inside Anti-Gravity is that you have over here your project files. Over here, you have the actual code, and then over here, you have the chat, right? And this is really where you're going to interact with stuff inside the chat. You can switch between planning and fast mode. I'm going to go with fast mode, and then we're going to type this in, right? Now, you want to give it a bit of context about you, your business, etc. Someone say, okay, create a dashboard for this, but do it for the AI Profit Boardroom community, right? And then what we can actually do is go to the AI Profit Boardroom, grab some information about it, etc., right? So we can take this information like so, plug that into Anti-Gravity, get some info about it, right? And it can be messy inside the prompt. It doesn't really matter. And then what we're going to do is say, okay, build this. Then we enter. And what this will do is start figuring out, okay, what are the dashboard elements? How do we integrate the gamification of it? How do we begin the project setup, right? And it's going to run some terminal commands. But if you've got your settings enabled so that it runs terminal commands for you without you approving them, you're going to save a lot of time. So you can see here inside the settings of the agent, we have, for example, like terminal command auto. We have allow terminal commands, etc. Right? And that just saves a lot of time. And then, that will just automate a lot of the prompting and that sort of thing. If you're not sure about this stuff, you don't have to allow it. It's just this saves me time, and that's what I'm going to allow. And the same for the browser agent as well. We've got a bunch of approved websites. We've got the settings for over here, and then we're just going to X off that. And you can see that's now beginning to build this out, right? So it's actually created images with Nano Banana Pro, and then it's going to build out the HTML for our project so that we can test it out. By the way, Source Spotters, you're asking about like how to start your social media from scratch, right? So what I recommend is if you go to the AI Profit Boardroom here, and then you go to the YouTube AI roadmap, it will show you how to build a YouTube channel from scratch based on what's worked for me, right? Also, if you want to learn how to, for example, automate your X account from scratch, you can get that inside this section. And the same for like Shorts and all our other social media channels. We show you exactly how to automate all of that stuff using the AI Profit Boardroom teachings in the classroom inside there. So that's the best place to learn that stuff. So we can see that's now beginning to build out the dashboard here. And now we've got a dashboard as we requested, right? Now, this is going to test out first, check it's okay, etc. But you can see how easy that was to build, right? And we've generated the dashboard here. We can actually stop this. So we can stop the agent, force it to close, etc. And then we can switch between the pages and that sort of thing. All right. So let's close that now. Have a look through. Yeah. All right. So it's built out the dashboard like. So that's how you can build out a really quick dashboard. Again, some of those pages didn't work, so you just want to make sure you continue to code it out, or the AI agent will test it and continue to code out, but that's basically how it works, right? You could also, for example, create a live call scheduler, all right? So we could take that, we can go to Anti-Gravity, and we can say, okay, delete everything, but now create a live call scheduler for the AI profit audit. All right, we'll stop the agent over here and we just tell it to start again and build this call schedule for right now. I wouldn't recommend starting again, but it's just because I'm showing this live for you and I want to demonstrate like how easy it is to vibe code stuff out. Right? You can also, for example, take screenshots and then upload them inside the chat here. So if you click on plus, you can add images, you can do mentions, you can actually mention workflows as well, which is pretty cool. So if you go to workflows,
Guys, please pay attention. You can do anything with this stuff, bro. You just got to know what to type in. It's so amazing. Just pay attention.
you could set up workflows, and then you can see it's now beginning to code out the new version of the tool that we were building out. So I've actually got a 30-day Goldie Gravity launch plan, right? And this shows you exactly what to do each day, every day as a tool to use in a prompt to try, right? So for example, like in the liftoff phase, days 1 to 7, the setup and the basics. I've broken down exactly what to do every single day if you really want to master anti-gravity. This is inside the AI Success Lab and it's completely free, but you can get like a 30-day plan on exactly how to implement this stuff for you. So it will show you how to, for example, like test out Gemini Pro and everything. By the way, this is the newly coded live call scheduler. So this is the AI agent testing it out now. And you can see that it's clicking through the pages, seeing what to do, etc. It's actually built in some ways that we could sync Google and everything else. And you can sync it to your calendar now. And then it also has a link to the Zoom room. Now that calendar itself looks really nice, right? Like the design itself looks super nice. It's built into the actual dashboard we created before. And you can see it's now beginning to schedule in the tools and everything else, right? If you ever want to take over the AI, you can, but you can see here, for example, it's got these are the upcoming calls this week, right? And then it's got the sync options, plus we can download the calendar, and we've just vibe coded a calendar app in the space of 2 minutes whilst I've been talking to you, right? And you can also, for example, enable email reminders or browser notifications, etc. inside this. It's got a live soon section, which looks super nice, and the whole UI looks great, right? And that was coded out using Google Gemini Flash. Now you can switch between these, so you could use, for example, like Claude Sonnet 4.5, Opus. You could use Gemini 3 Pro, low and high. But actually, to be honest, like Gemini Flash is great because it's fast. It doesn't seem to hit the limit so much, and it's super quick to use and build out. But you can see how powerful this is. You can vibe code almost anything that you can think of, and the only limitation is really your creativity or figuring out like the best business cases to use it. So this is the 30-day plan. What I've actually done as well is inside the notes from today, I've added 100 different prompts for solopreneurs. So these are like prompts you can copy and paste directly into Anti-Gravity and they customize your business. So you can see all these lead generation tools that you could build, client management tools, etc., content management tools, you got productivity tools, right? All this cool stuff, right? So for example, here we can say, okay, build a to-do list app with add, complete, and delete functions, sort by priority, right? So we could go back to Anti-Gravity now. We can open up a new window, means a new folder and a new project, and we'll type in to-do list app, right? We'll hit open. So we're going to X off the old project. We're going to go into the new project. We can actually switch into planning first, which will create better outputs, right? So if you use a planning function instead, you will get better outputs. It's going to start planning the to-do list for the to-do list app, which we'll come back to in a second. But yeah, it's pretty amazing what you can do here. Now, what I want to show you is I want to share some truths that might surprise you. So some people say that building apps takes months of coding. The right belief instead is that AI agents build apps in minutes, right? So for example, Thomas Edison, he tried over 1,000 times to make the light bulb work, and each try took weeks or months of careful work. Today, we flip a switch and we have a light instantly. And the same shift is happening with building tools, right? What used to take a team of developers months now takes one person with the right prompts minutes. And Edison didn't give up because the technology kept improving. You shouldn't give up on building tools because the technology has finally arrived. Google Anti-Gravity is basically the light switch moment for app building. Some people say I'm not technical enough. This is the to-do list app, by the way, that's just opened in the background, right? You just need to describe what you want. So for example, like Richard Branson, he always struggled with reading and writing his whole life, but he built hundreds of companies, and he didn't do it by being the smartest person in the room. He did it by describing his vision clearly to others who could execute. Google Gravity works the same way. So you don't need to understand code. You need to describe what you want clearly. The AI agency, your technical team, your job is to be the visionary. For example, Branson would love this technology, right? He's a visionary. Other people will say AI tools are just hype. The right belief here is that a fundamental shift in how things are getting built has changed with anti-gravity. If you look at Walt Disney, for example, he was told no by everyone. And they all said his dream of a theme park was a fantasy. It would never work. But Disney saw something they couldn't see. He saw a future where families would pay to experience magic. And AI tools today face similar doubt. Some people say it's just autocomplete. Some people say it can't do real work. And some people say it will never replace developers. But the people using these tools right now, they're building businesses faster than before. They're creating tools that competitors can't even imagine. And Disney didn't let doubters stop him. So don't let doubters stop you from exploring what's possible. So if we go back to the tool now, we've got the to-do list. So let's test this out. Okay, so we're going to say check out anti-gravity as a to-do list. We'll select high priority and low, hit add task. Boom. Does it work? Yes. Does it look nice? Yes. Did it work first time round? Yes. Did we code it for free with anti-gravity? Yes, my friends. All right. And we've done the same with all of these tools and apps that were built today. All right. So you can create amazing stuff with this. You can create magic with this if you know what you're doing. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get all the video notes from today, that is exactly how to vibe code with anti-gravity. You can basically vibe code anything you want. And inside the AI Success Lab, which comes with a community of 40,000 members, it's completely free. You can post in the community, you can connect with 40,000 people. Inside the classroom here, you will get access to all this cool stuff. And if you go inside the December section here, you can see all the notes from today with the prompts, the tools, the tips, the framework, right? So this is the Goldie Gravity Launch Framework. You've got, for example, the build ideas that we actually built. You've got all the prompts from today as well. And you have the 30-day roadmap plus all the beliefs that we've talked about as well, right? So it's basically a full guide, a full, very in-depth guide on exactly how to use anti-gravity. It talks about the wrong beliefs, the right beliefs, and how to overcome them, right? To get results with this stuff. Now, if you're wondering, okay, do people actually get results? Do people actually build stuff with this? You should check out the AI Profit Boardroom. And we have over 108 pages of from inside the AI Profit Boardroom, right? So, for example, Elsa, she said, wow, this community is next level, right? Mike said, Julian, your content is amazing, right? Eric said, programmed a WordPress plugin with Manus. Steven said he'd never heard of N10 before and now he built something that actually saved him 10% of his time, right? He's freed up 10% of his time using the automations from the AI Profit. Andrew got his first win by creating his first AI avatar video. You've got Umle said like how good the week 1 lesson is for AI agents. And there's so many people getting results with this stuff. Darren as well, he said, wow, that's so exciting. It's a credit for you to all your wonderful training support. It's a credit to this community. You share, congratulations. And so we've got 108 pages of stuff like this, all these different testimonials. As you can see, it's pretty much an endless scroll at this point. I don't think I've even had a chance to read them all. But the main thing to note here is if you want to join a community of winners, if you want to see what people are building with this stuff, if you want to connect with some of the best AI automators in the world, join the AI Profit Boardroom, because inside the community, you get the accountability group, you can post, you can ask questions, you can share your wins, you can share your goals, you can read the value posts, you can get the weekly updates, right? And also inside the classroom here, you get all of my best trainings on AI automation. So for example, we show you how to get results with AI and go from beginner to expert in just 6 weeks, right? And we show you how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. On top of that, we show you our playbook, right? And this is our playbook for automating Twitter, newsletters, shorts, AI avatar videos, screen shares, automate videos with AI, etc. Right? We have training on, for example, lead generation, social media, NA10 templates, agency courses. We've got stuff on how to get clients, ASEO automation, YouTube, etc. All this cool stuff. And then also, if you need help in real time, you want to jump on a call with someone, you can actually jump on 4 weekly coaching calls, as you can see right here. So you can jump on these coaching calls, get help support whenever you need it, and get your questions answered in real time. If you can't make the coaching calls, no problem at all. You can watch them back inside the call recording section here. So amazing community. Feel free to check that out. That is at the AI Profit Board, link in the description, or you can go to aiprofitboardroom.com. Google just dropped something wild. It's called anti-gravity. And when you combine it with Claude Code, it's like having an entire dev team working for you. I'm talking planning, coding, testing, all done by AI agents while you watch. This is the craziest AI coding combo I've seen, and I'm about to show you exactly how it works. Let's dive in. All right, so here's what's happening right now in the AI coding world. Google just launched something called Anti-Gravity on November 18, 2025. It's not just another code editor, it's a full AI agent IDE that uses their new Gemini 3 Pro model to actually plan, execute, and validate code for you. Think of it like this. Instead of you writing every line of code, you have AI agents that work semi-autonomously across your entire project. They can access your editor, your terminal, even an integrated browser. And here's where it gets insane. When you combine anti-gravity with Claude Code, which runs on Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.5, you get the best of both worlds. Gemini handles the planning and orchestration. Claude handles the actual code execution and generation. It's like having a project manager and a senior developer working together, except they're both AI. Anti-Gravity is Google's new agent-first IDE. Instead of just giving code suggestions, It runs autonomous agents that complete entire tasks. These agents create task lists, take screenshots, and work while you do other things. It supports Windows, macOS, and Linux. Claude Code is Anthropic's coding environment you access through your terminal. It generates code, debugs problems, and creates entire project structures. The latest version runs on Claude Opus 4.5, and it's incredibly good at coding tasks. Why combine them? Because each one covers the other's weaknesses. Anti-Gravity is amazing at planning and coordinating. Claude Code is better at actually writing complex code with fewer bugs. The hybrid workflow used Gemini for planning, Claude Code for execution, Anti-Gravity for testing. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Let's say I want to build a new landing page for the AI Profit Boardroom. I want it to convert visitors, show the amazing value of AI automation, and explain all the benefits of our community to get more customers, leads, and traffic. Here's how I'd use this combo. First, I open Anti-Gravity and give it the high-level task. I tell it, create a landing page for AI Profit Boardroom that focuses on conversion, highlights community benefits, and uses modern design principles. Anti-Gravity's Gemini agent breaks this down into a task list. It says, create file structure, design hero section, build features list, add testimonials section, create CTA buttons, set up responsive styling, test on multiple devices. That's the planning phase done in seconds. Now, here's where it gets interesting, right? For each of those tasks, I can choose which tool executes it. For the file structure and basic setup, I use Claude Code. I open my terminal, run Claude Code, and paste the requirements. It creates all the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files I need. Clean structure, proper naming conventions, everything organized. This happens in about 30 seconds. Then I switch back to Anti-Gravity for the visual design work. I tell its agent to design the hero section with specific elements. Headline about AI automation, sub-headline about the community, background gradient, CTA button. The agent uses Gemini to generate the design, creates a preview, and even takes a screenshot so I can see it without switching windows. If I don't like something, I tell it to adjust. The agent iterates until it's right. For the features section, I go back to Claude Code because I want custom JavaScript interactions. I describe what I want, a features grid that animates on scroll, highlights different benefits, and links to specific resources. Claude Code writes the entire thing, including the animation logic and responsive breakpoints. It even adds comments explaining what each part does. Back to Anti-Gravity for testing, its browser agent loads the page, tests it on different screen sizes, checks that all links work, and validates the HTML. It creates a report showing what works and what needs fixing. I can see screenshots of every test. This is where Anti-Gravity really shines because it automates all the tedious testing work. Now, let me tell you the benefits people are seeing. First, you extend your usage limits. By switching between tools strategically, you get more done before hitting walls. Second, reliability goes up. Claude Code produces fewer bugs and cleaner code. Third, it feels like having a whole dev team. One tool plans, one codes, one tests. Token limits are another thing. Both tools use tokens for their AI models. Complex projects burn through tokens fast. You need to be strategic about what you ask each tool to do. Don't ask for explanations you don't need. Don't regenerate code that already works. Be efficient with your prompts. Model inconsistency happens sometimes. Gemini might suggest one approach and Claude might implement it differently. Usually this isn't a problem, but occasionally you get friction. The way to handle this is to be very specific in your prompts. Tell Claude Code exactly what Anti-Gravity planned. Don't leave room for interpretation. Here's what I recommend for your workflow. Use Anti-Gravity for planning and project management. Let it break down your tasks, create timelines, organize your work. Use Claude Code for actual code generation, especially complex logic or algorithms. Use Anti-Gravity's agents for testing, validation, and documentation. This division of labor maximizes what each tool is good at. You can also integrate other tools into this workflow. There are MCP servers that add extra capabilities. For example, TestSprite MCP helps with automated testing. Sonatype MCP helps with dependency security. You plug these into Anti-Gravity, and suddenly your AI dev stack has even more power. Now, is this the future of coding? I think it's a big step in that direction. We're moving from AI that suggests code to AI that actually builds complete features. The role of the developer is shifting. You're becoming more of a director and less of a typist. You define what you want, you orchestrate the tools, you validate the output. The AI does the implementation work. This matters because it changes what's possible. Projects that used to take weeks can now take days. Features that used to require a whole team can be built by one person with the right AI tools. The barrier to building software is dropping fast. Here's what you should do next. If you're a developer, try this combo. Set up anti-gravity, get access to Claude Code, and build something real. Don't just test it with toy projects. Build an actual tool or feature you need. That's when you'll see the real power. Pay attention to which tool you use for what tasks. Develop your own workflow patterns. Share what you learned with the community, because this is also new, that best practices are still emerging. If you're not a developer, but you run a business, understand that this technology is going to change how fast and cheap it is to build software. Your competitors might already be using tools like this to ship features faster. You need to either adopt these tools or hire people who know how to use them. And here's something cool. You don't need to be an expert coder to use this effectively. If you understand what you want to build and can describe it clearly, these AI tools can handle a lot of the technical complexity. They're making software development more accessible. Before we wrap up, I want to mention two things that can help you even more with AI automation. First, if you want to learn how to save time and automate your business with AI tools like Anti-Gravity and Claude Code, check out the AI Profit Room. We dive deep into practical AI automation that actually works for real businesses. You'll see exactly how to implement these tools to get more customers, leads, and traffic. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. It's our free AI community. Links are in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 40,000 members who are crushing it with AI. Real people, real results, real help. Today, I'm going to be running through exactly how to use Google Anti-Gravity. If you've never used Anti-Gravity, basically it's a free way to code with Google, and you can also get access to Claude as well. And it's completely free. You can code locally with this. You can build some amazing stuff with it, and you can download it at antigravity.google. Once you're in, you're going to be able to build stuff like this, as you can see. And I'll show you, for example, how to use this to build apps, tools, websites, landing pages, almost anything that you want, and how to master it. It's very easy because literally you just type in same simple English, exactly what you want, and you can get started straight away. And today what we'll learn is how to set up Anti-Gravity from scratch, how to build your first app with one sentence, how to use screenshots to make changes, how to watch your app get built in real time, the exact settings you need to switch on. And yes, this is free right now because it's in public preview. All right. So we're going to test it out today. We're going to use the Anti-Gravity acceleration system. And this is my simple framework for turning Google Anti-Gravity into a customer getting machine for your business, right? And most people would download this tool and make a calculator, an app, or a to-do list. And that's fun, but it's not going to help you so much, right? With lead generation, that sort of thing. If instead, you could build like a lead capture landing page for your website, or a quiz that qualifies potential customers, or a tool that shows off your expertise, or a dashboard that makes you look professional. That's what separates those who tinker with those who build real businesses. All right. So let me talk you through exactly how we're going to use this, right? So first thing you want to do is just download this from Anti-Gravity. All the links and notes from today are inside the AI Success Lab. Link in the comments description, completely free community. So you can see right here with 40,700 members. And if you go inside the classroom here, you go to December 2025. And then from here, you can see that we've got all the video notes from today. And we're going to work through this 30-day Anti-Gravity mastery plan, so you can see, and we'll just run through exactly how to use it. So first thing you're going to do is download the version, open it up, like you can see I've done over here, and we're going to get straight into this. So understand the two views here, right? So you got two views. So you got over here, you got the builder, and you can switch between planning and fast mode. So you can choose your AI agents. And then over here, you can choose the actual API that you're using to build and code with, right? Now, sometimes if you're using the free version, you're going to hit limits. So how do you overcome those? We can switch between different APIs. So if you hit the limits on one, you switch to the next. If you want to plan out your project before you build it, you select planning. If you want to build out the projects and actually code, you have to select fast over here. And then you just type in what you want in this section. Now, on the left-hand side, you will see the project files, as you can see, and that's basically how it works, all right? So what we're going to do over here is we are going to just start with something simple. So we're going to say, okay, create a simple landing page with a headline, 3 benefits, the email sign-up form, right? So copy this, and all the instructions are inside this section. So this is for building your first real project. Now, first thing you want to do is load up a new folder. Okay, so open up the folder, as you can see, and you just want to load up a new folder, right? The reason for that is because you're starting a new project from scratch, like you can see. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to type in, create a simple landing page with a headline, 3 benefits, email sign-up form. This is going to be a really simple, fast project. As you can see, we're going to select Gemini Flash. This will help you code out your first landing page with Anti-Gravity if you're just learning how to use this. By the way, I can see some people in the chat are asking for the link to the AI Profit Boarding. If you just type in AI Profit Boarding on ChatGPT or Google, or you go to the AIprofitboarding.com, you can get the link for it there. If you watch it on YouTube, you can actually get access. I saw someone else as well as asking how to watch this back. So if you want to watch back the full live stream, you can get it inside the live section of my YouTube channel. You can see live stream right there. And then someone else was asking like how to build, for example, a personal tutor. And I'll come on to that in a minute, right? So what you can see here is that the AI is now opening up the landing page. I'm not touching this, the AI agent, right? And it's beginning to check out the landing page, the opt-in form, etc. Now, this is very basic. The design and everything else is super basic, but that's the whole point, right? We're just trying to create something really simple and easy to use. So if we go back here, you can see it's now checking out, testing out, etc. Right? And I'm going to stop it there, right? Just to show you how easy and simple that is. Now, let's say, for example, you wanted to create a personal tutor. Maybe you wanted to create a personal tutor for something like learning, I don't know, learning Thai, right? What we can do here is we can open up a new folder. All right, so we'll open up a folder here. Let's say personal tutor for Spanish, right? We'll open that up, as you can see. And then from here, we can say, okay, build a personal tutor tool for learning Spanish, right? I'll go with Spanish because it's probably easier for the AI to teach Spanish than Thai, right? And basically what it's going to do is start building out this app, as you can see. Now, again, if you were trying to spend a bit more time and care over this, then you would use the planning mode first inside the dropdown. But I just want to go straight into fast, so we're not messing around here and we're getting straight into it. And you're getting as much fast as possible. Some people are asking, like, is this better than other tools? Anti-gravity is really good because you can code locally, you come back to the project, and it's free, right? And it's also good for building out bigger projects. So, for example, if you're using AI Studio, you can build out like one landing page, one mini app, etc. But if you want to build out something bigger than that, you can build.
Stuff's pretty complicated, man. Stuff's pretty good. It's a long ass video, guys. Long ass video. But I just wanted to say Trump has 3 options left in Iran, right? He has 3 options left in Iran. I'll go ahead and read this off because I want to make sure you guys get it. Trump has 3 options left in Iran, okay? And they're all 3 catastrophic. All 3 of them. Let's be critical and think, okay? Because nobody wants to talk about this kind of shit. Option 1, retreat completely. Pull out of Iran completely. Lose the Middle East forever. Israel left to fight alone against Iran, Hezbollah, and the proxies on every border. America looks weak to China, Russia, and every enemy watching. The dollar, oil, backing gone. Option 2, boots on the ground. Send American soldiers into Iran to die. A country of 90 million people. Mountain terrain, urban warfare, a population ready to die of martyrdom. Afghanistan lasted 20 years. And it cost $2.3 trillion, bro, against 40 million people. Iran has more than double that population with a real military. Okay? Thousands of American troops come home in body bags. That's your second option. Option 3, nuclear. Nuclear bomb, dude. Bomb Iran with nukes, risk global destruction. Russia, Iran, China. Russia and China both have warned they won't stand by and watch. The entire world turns against America overnight. Civilization as we know it is over. Let's talk about it. What are we going to do? The fuck are we going to do? This was a mistake. Trump was rushed into this because these guys wanted to play fucking war. You don't play war. You know, Pete Hegseth, he got power hungry when he got that position. He thinks he's something he's not. And I think Trump is getting the same kind of thing because who are you to tell people they deserve to die? Or who are you to say these people are getting wiped off the map? Who the fuck are you? And what makes them less than us? Just because you say so? That's insane. There's a lot of women and children over there that have brothers, cousins, sisters, their mothers, their fathers, their daughters, their brothers, their sons. So fuck that. I resent that shit. I just wanted to cut in here and say that Trump doesn't have many options left. He's digging himself a fucking hole the longer he's there. Or he's got to do something, dude. Something's got to happen. Something's got to give. That's what I wanted to say. That's it. That's my rant.
And while they're falling asleep, they're just watching ads. And how YouTube works is the more ads you watch, the more you get paid. Playing video games for an hour.
Is in his Cooper City home. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has died at the age of 75. Officials say he passed away early this morning in Jerusalem after a brief illness. Flags across former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin.
That shit ain't true, bro. Clawbot and Kling equals 550 videos per day. Fully realistic UGC ads, cinematic lighting, human motion, perfect pacing, powered by AI agents. UGC costs $5. Production time minutes. Wow. Wow. Let's see. He can create all this shit. Or the AI agent. Yeah, man. That's fucking wild, dude. Share more updates in the next few hours. Follow me. Is this the unknown millionaire? Following him. You already know. I'm in worse, dude.
The other day, I found out that the CIA is.
Соединенные Штаты, решив свои вот эти задачи текущего плана, значит, оторвав, как они считают, Украину.
OpenClaw plus Gemini 3.1. Flashlight is insane. Today, I'm going to show you how to run AI agents that work for you non-stop. Google just dropped.
I'm not doing it. We already said we're not doing this. Yeah, I'll do that on your time, man. Look, he's gonna. Okay, let's see. Gemini. Okay, he's gonna use Gemini 3.1 flashlight. AI workers that monitor social. This is what I want to know. Find leads automatically. Write SEO content. Answer customers, and it runs all day without you. Most businesses aren't.
It's a new model that changes everything. And when you plug it into OpenClaw, you get AI workers that run all day, all night, without you doing a thing. This is brand new. This is easy. And honestly, this is kind of scary how good it is. Let me show you. So let me break this down real simple. There are two things you need to know, OpenClaw and Gemini 3.1 flashlight. Let me explain both. Then I'll show you why putting them together is a total game changer. First up, OpenClaw. This is an open source AI agent. It blew up in early 2026. We're talking over 247,000 stars on GitHub. It went from almost nothing to over 60,000 stars in just 72 hours. That's one of the fastest growing open source projects in history. It was created by Peter Steinberger and it runs on your own machine. You install it, you connect it to your favorite AI models, and then it goes to work for you. It connects to WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Discord, over 50 integrations. It can read files, run code, browse the web, send messages, even do things while you sleep. Think of it like having a digital employee. It's open source and it runs 24/7. One developer used it to negotiate. The agent talked to dealers, got the best deal, all while the guy was sleeping. That's real. That happened. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below. Now, here's where it gets crazy. The big problem with AI agents has always been speed and efficiency. If you run agents on big, heavy models, they're slow, they eat up resources, and they can't scale. So if you want an agent doing thousands of tasks a day, you need something faster, something lighter. But lighter models used to mean dumber models, not anymore. Enter Gemini 3.1 flashlight. Google dropped this on March 3rd, 2026. It's the fastest and most efficient model in the Gemini 3 family. Here's what makes it special. It's 2.5 times faster to the first response than the previous version and 45% faster overall output speed. It handles text, images, audio, video, PDFs, all of it with a 1 million token context window. This thing is built for scale. But here's the part that really matters. It has something called thinking levels. You can control how hard the model thinks before it answers. Set it to minimal for simple stuff like sorting or tagging. Set it to high for harder tasks. This means you can balance speed and quality on the fly. You don't even need to swap models, just change the thinking level. That's a huge deal for anyone running agents at scale. And one more thing, if you're creating all this content with AI, but nobody is finding it online, you've got a traffic problem. That's where SEO comes in. If you want more leads, more traffic, and more customers finding you on Google, my team can help you rank higher. Check the link in the comments and description to order AI SEO online and let us handle your backlinks while you focus on growing your business. And if you want to rank #1 and get more customers, join the SEO.
Damn, everybody's using it to trade. That's wild. I need to get in there ASAP. What is the I came across very suspicious account? Fresh wallet place 25. And then yeah, I'll leave an office for March. There's over 400,000, but it's interesting part is the previous trade, the same account bet on. I'll name me as a president. What? Yeah, it looks like he's dead and nobody wants to say it, bro, to be honest.
Legal for traders. It's called Capital Flow, and it shows you all of the trades that are being made by institutions and Wall Street banks in real time. Here's an example from earlier this afternoon. Someone took a trade on SPX. You can see that they bought puts, and you can even see they spent a little over $11 million. So the site literally lets you follow the same moves as some of the wealthiest and most successful traders in the world. This is way better than following random people on the internet because the traders on this site have real insider information and enough money to actually move the market. This site should be illegal for traders. It's called Capital Flow, and it shows you all of the trades that are being made by institutions and Wall Street banks in real time. Here's an example from earlier this afternoon. Someone took a trade on SPX. You can see that they bought puts, and you can
US and Iran war is the hottest topic on the planet Earth right now. So let me show you how you can use this trendy topic to make viral YouTube videos with AI. As you can see, we have got a viral video here. It says the US versus Iran war explained like we are 5. Let's check
I'm
it
going
out.
to church, guys.
United
Welcome back.
States of America just
And,
bombed Iran.
We'll start off where we left off. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll be back. Come back and check it out later.
can even see they spent a little